This episode of Palapalooza is brought to you by Legacy Brewing Company in Oceanside. Legacy offers live music and a ton of great beer on tap, including an exclusive Palapalooza beer for the month of December. Go try it out tonight at 363 Airport Road in Oceanside. Say hello to Titus, Drew, and the crew there at Legacy, and tell them you heard it on Palapalooza.
1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza. Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza. Word.
Yo. Happy New Year, happy new decade. Welcome to The Rough.
Woo-woo.
What up?
Holy shoot. What's going on, guys?
Shoot, man, you nailed it.
A stupidest start to the podcast ever.
Holy shoot.
Holy
shoot.
2, 1.
Happy New Year.
We may have somebody surprise attacking you here very shortly, so keep on the lookout.
Are you texting them right now?
Possibly.
Are you giving them directions on what to do and how to do it?
Who do you think that may be?
I think it's, you know what, man? Whoever it is, just they're done for, dude. It's not going to be good. Jesse's here as our
Get a little
body.
bit closer on there,
We have security here.
Yeah, we got security. I'm going to give you a little hint on who it could be, all right, by introducing each one of you. You ready? This band that may or may not be surprise attacking us on Palapalooza made this up for us. Darren, you're a Toby who brings dishonor to the whole music family.
Yeah. Who could that be? I'm
Vaughn on guitar. Vaughn, you're just eye candy.
Nice. I like it.
Oh, you got off easy. I can't wait till mine.
Do you know? Do you know yet? Max, you are, I don't know how to say this exactly, but you are a European freshishri.
Hey, what kind of tree is that? A freshie tree?
I think he means a European 43.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dude, he put like phonetic explanations. 43 said in Germanish accents. What
Germanish.
the fuck is what's the backstory on that one?
So I used to run Journey's shoe stores back in the day, and I ran one at the Mall of America in Minnesota, and we get all foreign people and lots of tourists, and there would be a lot of Europeans there, and they would bring me a shoe. And, they'd come up and, excuse me, sir, do you have this in a size 43, please? and we were talking about that on tour. Like I said, told that story on tour, and those guys, for some reason, just
they loved it.
So it's been a big thing.
And the Toby stuck, too. I hear you guys making reference to the Toby. And I know what that means.
Yeah.
But maybe we shouldn't say it on a podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know
It's
this day.
it's 2020.
Yeah, let's
Well,
keep that. Let's
we're
keep
gonna
that
trigger
secret.
We don't want to
people.
get into that.
Anyways, this is obviously notes from your good friends.
Fishing for chips.
Who specifically do you think that's from? Oh, Drew, we're cool, boo. Love you.
Oh, it's Larry. For sure, it's Larry.
That's probably from Larry. I think Daniel was the one that said Darren brings dishonor to the whole music family.
Of course.
I think that was Daniel.
Dishonor.
Yeah. They said, in
Come
all,
back when you
in all
creep.
seriousness, we absolutely love you guys. I don't even want to read this part.
Come on, Troy.
We absolutely love you guys to death and are stoked for the new record. Thanks for putting it on Google Drive. We have released it in China. So it's out there.
Nice, guys.
So welcome, dude. It's been a year for the Rough and Avenue Army. We have the Rough Army under the Palapa. Welcome, guys.
Yeah. What up?
Clean Cut EP out Friday. You got the Celebration release party with Ready, Set, Survive, Fallen Monuments, the Montel Jordans, and the Rough going down Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Super stoked about it.
Stoked. Music on a stage. New music.
Yeah, Peter from Riot Scene is going to be hosting it, and he's done a great job with shows and promoting.
We love you, Peter.
Yeah, we really do. He's a hardworking guy, and he puts his heart and soul into all his shows, and he's just incredibly active, and we felt that it was fitting for him to be a part of it.
Absolutely, dude. Peter gets a lot of love on here. He's a good guy. He's doing some big things around San Diego. We just had Evan on. We got to shout out Evan.
Yeah.
Right?
Evan.
That was a
We
great
got
episode.
Jesse Valdez in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Can we call everybody? Did that shock you, bro? That's rad. Do we call you a
That's
scene-
right.
What do we call you, Jesse? Is Scenester cool?
Okay. Let me
Go ahead, get right up there.
Get right
let me
on.
just say
He
a little
hates
bit about this
Scenester.
real quick.
This is Jesse Valdez, uber
So-
local music fan.
So Scenester,
A little bit closer, Jesse.
Scenester back in my day
Was that a bad thing?
was kind of a bad thing.
Okay.
Oh.
You know, we were part of the hardcore scene for a while, so
'Kay.
when we got called scenesters, it was like
Is that almost like roadie or groupie? Is that like groupie scenester?
Oh, it's like the scene
you know, I'd
kids were
actually
like-
rather be called a groupie than a scenester.
more like a
Okay.
like a poser.
Like a
Well,
poser.
shit, dog. I'm sorry
oh,
for
you're just out here
offending
for
you.
the fashion
No,
show
it was,
and all
It
that
was
shit.
all in fun too. I just thought
Poser. That's a
I
good
thought
one.
maybe
Jesse's about to
everyone
beat the
knew,
fuck
but
out of me.
everything's good. Everything's good.
Dude, I thought you were a groupie.
Groupie's good. Is he giving out blowjobs? No.
Unreal.
Dude, Jesse, we love you, brother. Thanks for being here. Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys want to talk about?
Everything.
Yeah, fuck, dude. It's been a
So-
crazy year, right?
Yeah, it's.
Let's start with that.
When we were talking
Yeah.
last time, last New Year's actually, right? The New Year's show.
Yes, dude,
We
yeah.
were talking about how March was a projected date
I
and all
know.
this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because every time we had set, a plan for something, then
Right.
something happens. Either someone else bails or whatever. It's like
Right.
oh shit. So. We ended up, at the end of the day, it was just me and Darren, and
Right.
we did everything on the record. Just to get it done, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, well, I wrote the songs, I know the parts. Like, we don't
Right.
have to bring in anybody else or hire somebody or try to teach somebody the parts, So we just took care of it ourselves. So it was all the rough.
You played bass, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Adam Cisco didn't play anything on this recording?
He played the solo on the acoustic
the
track.
acoustic
Go.
song.
Yeah.
We love that song.
Yeah, it's.
Holy
I'm really excited
shit.
on that one, dude.
That is
Yeah.
worth the price of the EP alone.
Mike Rosedale,
ladies and gentlemen,
too,
dude.
with that the strings that he added over there.
Rosedale,
if you guys
yeah.
know about Rosedale, Mike Liordi is a super badass musician.
Super tall.
Yeah, super tall,
6'9".
and he's really cool. Just to he was really cool to be down to help us out, and I had talked with him about doing acoustic song together, something like that, and
yeah,
then we ended
dude.
up oh hey bro, until then
Absolutely.
you want to do this with us? Oh yeah, in 2 weeks it was done.
He's super talented.
Yeah, super
He's
quick,
very good, very good producer.
He makes it look really easy too. Like when you watch him perform, it just looks like it's
Yeah.
just like tying your shoes.
He's awesome. I don't think I've seen his solo act yet live.
It's
dude.
so cool.
I've seen video of it.
So
but
cool.
You're not
I
being
do want to
fair to
announce,
yourself.
bro. I hooked him up with we have an upcoming main stage House of Blues show, dude.
Sweet.
That he's going to be playing with us. I
sweet.
reached out to a couple of you guys about that. I reached out to Avenue Army about that, but you guys weren't available. So anyways, 5 songs and an acoustic track, right?
4 songs in an acoustic track.
4 songs
Yeah.
and an acoustic.
Yeah.
And you got a music video coming out soon. Do you want to talk about I Am the Thunder music video? Shot by Mario Rivera.
Mario Rivera. We
We love
have
you, buddy.
Casey. What's her last name?
Durazo.
Casey Durazo.
She was the model in that.
Yeah,
Cool.
she's the one on the cover.
Yes.
super cool lady. And then she was down to be in the video too. So we're finishing that up pretty soon. But again, that was another thing. Things things get set back. But at the end of the day, we had this conversation at the from day 0. Okay, rule 1, nobody's gonna stop us.
Right.
Rule 2, let's go.
Let's go.
So and
Is that the inspiration behind Go?
Go? Well, the
Little bit.
inspiration behind Go is more don't give up, don't stop.
Right.
Yeah, it's a thank you to everyone that's doing what we all do.
Right.
And a thank you to those that appreciate it.
Right.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
So music video anticipated when?
I've
For
learned
I Am the
in the
Thunder.
last year
Yeah.
that dates
2021. I know. That's funny. I was listening back, dude, and it's so funny, bro. New Year's Eve episode last year, and we were talking about this EP. So it's been 18 months in the making.
Yeah, man.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
We got to shout out some of the fallen heroes throughout the process, including your brother.
My brother Mike, he was
Your
the first
bro
bass player. Yeah.
was the first bass player. Jules
Jules.
Welpton.
Yep.
We got to
And
shout
then
out Will.
Will, yeah, he played guitar with us for a while. Yeah.
We got to shout out Brandon Goodrich.
Oh, yeah,
Am I
he was
missing
up there with
anyone?
us,
dude?
too.
We
Yeah.
worked with Brandon a little bit.
Yeah.
We worked with Philippe for a short time.
Yeah, the
Right.
homie Philippe from little school.
Philippe.
Yeah.
That doesn't ring a bell. I missed that one.
You probably met him
You
at
guys
the
have
show.
had so many fucking members, bro. It's, no, just kidding.
I know. I always feel
What
like
about
if-
and Mike too?
Yeah, Michael-
microphone.
Ah, yeah. Hey, it's microphone.
Max on color commentary, folks.
Microphone.
Dude,
I
you
say,
are
send
hired.
the phone over there.
That's good shit. You
Hey,
are
go
hired,
get 'em.
homie.
Don't hire me, dude. Bad business decision.
Bad business. Okay.
No, I feel like the band, like if the Rough was like a person, I would just want to hug it and hold it and tell it how sorry I
Everything's
am.
gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Well, it's not your fault.
The poor band has like been through the ringer as far as like
Through the rough.
It has.
well, just like the changes and the
Broken hands.
the broken hand. Well, it's just like always. It just seems like it's just always something, and it's not a bad thing. It's just scheduling. I mean, it's like I'm not going to sit here and make excuses, but to say 18 months, it's like it's taken that long. But if you actually clocked the hours worked and stuff, it's really not. It's more just, hey, it can't happen on the first of this month, so it needs to happen on the first of next. Well, that's a whole month. So it's like
Totally.
It's
Did that 18 times.
Yeah.
But you know what? But Drew's rules, though, because coming into this band, one of the biggest pieces of admiration that I have for Drew and Darren is that that's true. Is nobody's going to stop us and let's go. I mean, no matter how many members, no matter how much adversity, no matter how like Drew and these guys are like, okay, well, if you don't want to record with us, and we'll just record the whole fucking album ourselves,
Right.
and they can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And which is really cool because that's rotating members may happen, but if you have the attitude like I don't care what I have to do, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Then there you go, man.
Yeah.
It's unstoppable.
Yeah, you stayed focused. You battled through some adversity, dude. I've been there for you personally, Darren. Conversations and shit, dude.
Yeah, you have.
I'm gonna fucking bill you, homie. No,
Please don't.
It's been
It's tax time. I'll be completely.
Like, I still have more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Yeah, so 3 of you are playing in Avenue Army, another local band here in San Diego. Let's talk about that merger, dude. When did you guys decide to sort of merge into the Rough Army? I don't even know this story.
Well, that's another interesting thing. Like both of our bands were going through the exact same thing, like we were out of a drummer or
stuff, yeah.
bass player, and we're looking for another guitarist, and they were out of a bass player and a drummer, and
Right.
So Max hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, Drew, in a perfect world, it would be dope. I know you're doing things, but what do you think?"
Okay.
Like, yeah, why not, man? Let's do it. He's like, okay, we'll do. This is
Sick.
the deal. If you help me out, I'll help you out. I was like,
Yeah,
oh shit,
fuck
okay,
yeah,
cool.
dude.
Hey, Vaughn, you in?
So that was sort of
Yeah, no,
Max that-
Vaughn was like, when I joined, and then I was like, I'm in for sure. I don't know about, like, I'll have to talk to Vaughn. And I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And he was like, oh yeah, that's dope.
It was
And, like,
easy
I was
as
like-
that, yeah.
That's
Done.
it? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'm like,
Yeah.
I love you.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it was super cool because I've known these guys and the Rough for a while. So
Sure.
like for me, I was like, oh hell yeah, let's go, let's do this. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard work for both bands, but I'm so happy to be part of it, and it's cool. It's awesome. You guys are rad.
I've got to give you guys respect because you're both active as fuck, so you're staying busy with that. So that's cool. So that was kind of you, Max, huh? Reaching out and kind of making that happen a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had the idea. There's a lot of parallels in our lives and what's been going on. And Drew is like the skinnier, more handsome, more talented version of me.
Oh, absolutely.
So I was like,
100%.
this is the kind
I'm
of
glad
guy
you said
where
that, dude, because I've always thought that.
Yeah.
well, yeah, I know. I'm
You
just,
look
I'm just
similar.
saying. I'm just saying what everybody else already
You look
knows.
similar,
We-
yeah.
we have
yeah.
the same eyes though.
Similar eyes.
You look.
I mean, but we're of no relation. Just to clear that up.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, yeah.
You guys are doing it, man. I'm stoked for you guys. Raising the bar here in San Diego. We got to talk about No Pants. Should we take our pants off for this section?
Yeah, I already did.
All right.
So recently signed to No Pants Records based out of Portland, right?
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon?
Yeah, Matty
Right?
Danger.
Yeah, we had played
What's
a
up
show.
with that?
We had played a show at Tower, and I think we were on with 2 bands that were traveling through
City
town.
Escape Artists and the Filthy Lowdown.
Yeah, great bands. Check them out. And they're
Filthy Lowdown, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Okay.
and they're
What
on.
was the first one?
City Escape Artists.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're on No Pants.
Okay, got it.
So we had played with them, and then I think was Maddie there? Yeah. So Drew had kind of hit it off with them. He's the guy that runs NPR, and then he had liked our performance and stuff, and then Drew had kind of exchanged. Drew's really good at networking and stuff like that, and then he had hit us up like a little bit after and was like, dude, they're feeling the sound, and then of course there's like business stuff on like some contract fucking whatever, and then but we went through it and it seemed like a good fit. I mean, it just seemed like a good fit, and especially them being like a smaller, more intimate label. That's kind of where we're at anyway, as far as like I mean, don't get me wrong, to be on a big label would be awesome, but like it's kind of cool to take that
first step.
Yeah, that
Get
mini
your feet
step,
wet a little bit, yeah.
get your feet wet, have a little bit of support behind you, and they've been awesome. They've been really cool. He's communication with him super smooth. He's been helping us with the release and pumping us as well. So we're excited about it for sure.
Got a lot of cool things coming up next year too. Working with him. So we'll be letting everybody know as it rolls out.
Tease it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I love it. Well, right on, dude.
Yeah,
Stoked for you guys.
They're good dudes for sure.
And you sent them the EP that Adam recorded before it was released, obviously,
So,
right?
of course-
That's what you shopped.
Yeah, and of course so he had saw the performance, and then of course we had the stuff on Spotify, the first release that we did with Chad Ruiz,
Right.
Skipjack, and then and then so he saw the show, and then it just kind of was like, and then Drew sent him the stuff, and I think
Perfect.
It's so funny because things have taken so long, and like.
Yeah.
But in amidst of all this like bullshit, like the stars did still align, which is like kind of lets me sleep at night. Like the fact that it's kind of been a little bit of a bumpy road, but like things have still worked out.
Right.
And again, not to like be a broken record, but going back to songs like Go and stuff like that, like as far as like, we've had points where we've like hung our head and been like, dude, fuck, like, like are we like, what is, like at one point it was literally just Drew and I, and we're like, it was hard. Like we'd go out and have a beer and have dinner and talk and be like, dude, like, from day one when I met Drew, I was like, dude, this is gonna be like a really fun band. So I didn't want to like get hit a couple times from life and to go, okay, fuck it, and throw in the towel. Like, you got to keep going. So So yeah, it's been good for sure.
The broken hand set you back a little bit too, right? I think
Broken
a little
hand,
bit, and then the bass player situation, but you guys battled through
that.
Well,
and I'm not gonna lie, like that was definitely kind of like a dark time for me, because I kind of felt like responsible for like as much as life can throw like its own curveballs. I kind of felt like I created that one,
right?
And it definitely made waves. And then it was like between breaking my hand and then losing a band member, and then not being able to drum. That was the other thing. It would be like one thing if like we lost a band member and then it was like, oh well, Drew and I can still practice, but
you took a couple hits there,
dude. I'm sitting at home and I'm like, I couldn't even. My hand was broken. Like that, like the drums are the one thing that let me, when I'm pissed off, I can go sweat it out or go to the gym, or like and my hand was broken in 3 places. I had a boxer's fracture. It was completely fucked. So,
and just like Drew said, it was so weird the way it worked out both bands. That's the same thing that happened to Avenue Army too, that led us to this situation. Was I broke my hand.
That's right.
Right before the tour.
I don't know how much detail you want to get into, Vaughn, but we broke our hands in a very similar fashion.
Same the mechanism of what happened.
Literally.
You punch different material.
Pretty much.
I punch a tree because at the time I thought that was a good idea.
Destiny.
Kind of.
Little destiny.
Yeah, the way it worked out is kind of weird.
Yeah. And Avenue Army, you got Cleopatra going on. Congrats to that. I mean, we got you guys here, so I figured we'd touch on that. That's pretty big.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. I assume you guys will be touring together here in 2020, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear vision in 2020. That's the slogan, dude.
My name is Barbara Walters, and this is 2020.
And this is, did you see that?
Yeah, dude, that was hilarious.
This is 2020. This is 2020. This is 2020. I'm Barbara Walters, and this is 2020.
Just to touch on that too, really quick before we move on, like having.
No, we're moving on. No, just kidding.
Having these guys, it's cool because, and it's weird because I feel like you always have like your lead singer, and then you have like your bass player or your other guitarist doing like backup vocals, which is great, and that's in theory it's always worked, but it's been really nice having Max because Max is a frontman in his own right.
Totally.
So his caliber of his vocal talent is that of a lead singer. So now when because Drew's got great pipes, so when Drew's doing these big these chorusy parts, and then Max comes in, it's not support. It's almost like it's like it's a together.
The harmonies
thing.
Are there, dude.
So
yeah,
it sounds
100%.
really, really big. And I remember after our first couple shows. So many people
Has he
came
ever
up.
told you this, like off the mic?
No, he has.
Okay.
So many people. I remember, you know, as a drummer, it's like I'm in ears.
Sure.
I'm behind a bunch of cymbals.
Yeah.
You know, the sound for me sucks more times than not, so I don't really get to hear us that much. So it's like to hear people go, dude, holy shit, you know, Max and Vaughn added a lot. I'm like, sick, because I can, you know, I feel that way physically when we're playing, and
we have amazing I mean, I have so much fun playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys are related.
I told Drew, I was like, well, you
That's
know,
what
when we
I said.
first started this, I was like, dude, even if you didn't join Avenue Army, I'd still.
no, I remember him saying
it's
that.
So,
yeah.
it's just so fucking fun, you know, and the
It's
tunes
awesome.
are just great, and the hustle is there, and so.
Absolutely.
Well, and it's not only that too. Like I would say, even like the approach to our set, like with Drew and I, and whether it was your brother or Jules or Will or whoever, we had always just kind of played the set, and there were great shows, and we had fun. But Max has this like really awesome approach to like performance value of like the entire set, like and like making it an actual show.
Sure.
And it's something that Drew and I had always talked about, but we never really executed. So it's been nice to have like that flavor where Max is like, okay, look, this song and this song are the same BPM, so we can kind of like, you
Merge
know,
them or
kind of
whatever,
merge them
transitions and stuff.
exactly. And even if it's a little medley between two songs or something,
Yeah.
you know, the entire time we know it's mapped out, but when you listen to it, it sounds so organized. And hats off to Max for bringing that element, you know.
Throwing a little Foo Fighters riff, you know, somewhere in the song. That's Avenue Army, right?
Yeah.
That you do that.
But exactly.
Stuff like that is rad. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very cool. And I
adds to
remember
it.
I remember watching Avenue prior to Drew being with them at
We gone to see him a couple times together.
well it was at the Salty Frog, rest in peace, by the way.
R.I.P.
But I remember watching their set, and it was just like, I just remember walking out of there like, dude, okay. Like you always talk about it, Troy, like setting the bar and that friendly competition of like watching your friends. You're like, dude, you are really good at what you do.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel fully capable that I can do the same. You just got to, you know, buckle down and do your homework and fucking and put it together. So
we talked about that after the Midnight Jack show for the Avenue Army release party, where you guys just fucking like blew it up, dude.
It was
like that was
insane.
a rad show.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was.
think we talked after.
That was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, and just said like that was next level, dude. For Avenue Army, that was a great performance. So yeah, you guys do. You keep that bar set high, like Infinite Signal, and they're all, you know, they're 5 music videos that they're releasing.
They're great content.
Awesome.
Like
they're great content. They're sad roses.
Dude, it's
I,
awesome.
I just hate them so
yeah,
much.
they're
dude.
fucking assholes, dude.
Fucking
100% roasting
and
me.
then
dude,
they're all super
motherfuckers.
nice when you tell. So you know, you're like, oh, how's the? They're like, oh, everything's great. You know, I mean, just love life. I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet. You know, cool.
Super.
It's good.
Covert hostile. I would say that they are. No.
Well, you know, they're from Minnesota. We're good people.
Yeah,
man.
you guys are crazy, right?
You know, it's funny because
We're good
Kelly
people.
and my 5-year friendship Facebook anniversary came up, and we were both like, we've only known each other for like 2 years, and I'm like, well, apparently we knew each other on Facebook before we even moved here.
Oh, funny, man.
So yeah.
Let's give some local love. I mean, we're talking about Infinite Signal. You guys probably want to talk, you know, shout out some bands.
Fishing for chips for sure.
Fishing for Chips.
Yeah.
We love you.
Love.
They may be showing up here very shortly. No, they're not going to.
I keep looking over my
That was all a hoax.
Yeah.
That was a big
I'm
hoax.
all speaking of bands we hate. Yeah, Fishing for Chips.
Mitch hit me up and he's like, hey, tell them, I'm going to tell them that. What did he say? He wanted to make it seem like he was going to roll in here with like and start a pillow fight with you guys or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw
To-
that message.
To see if you
Dude.
would bring pillows. Like,
well, it's good they didn't, because if you heard what Darren was talking about doing,
yeah, why don't you say, Darren? It's okay.
I'd rather just do. I'm a man of action. So if they show up, you know,
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
see where that goes.
that
were
was a
funny.
hoax.
Yeah.
He just wanted to kind of keep you guys
You know-
on your toes.
for shout
I was
outs,
stressing about that.
I got a big, well, you know, I mean, I figured they'd laze out, dude. They're a lot of talk, but they're not going to actually roll up here.
I did invite him to come over to kind of guest host and fucking roast you guys, but he's working. Mitch is working.
Mitch?
Mitch, yeah.
Okay.
Jokes aside,
was
dude,
working.
when we went on our little like mini
Yeah,
run with
talk
those
about that,
guys,
dude. How was that?
Dude, 36 years on this planet. Like I'm not sure that I've laughed that hard.
Yeah.
Too much fun.
Yeah,
and that
straight.
and that I mean, my fucking abs, dude. I'm not joking. Like I was waking up
believe it.
like they
Sore.
are absolute characters, and they're all like characters in their own right. It's not like they're all the same. Like they all like
people.
They really are. They give you a lot of shit, but like it's like Mitch is like that little brother that you like love, but you would also love to choke the shit out of him. But like that, but it's like, you know, and then Larry's the same. He'll give you shit, but like if you, I don't know if I should say this live or not, but like if you needed someone whacked, it's like Larry would probably do it.
Larry's the kind of friend that will either call me or text me every week and just say, "Hey man, how are you?
Yeah,
I just want to make sure you're cool.
Yeah,
I love you. You're
too.
like fam. If you need anything,
Also, fuck you.
yeah." And then he's like right after, but
Fuck
yeah,
off, dog.
exactly. But fuck you though, dude. Yeah, totally.
No, Larry, he hits me with those too. He's you know, it's just like it's a love-hate, you know, thing. But at the end of the day, they are great people, and we learned a lot about each other on the road. And it was hectic for sure, but it was an absolute blast. I mean, it was so much fun, and I would definitely never do it again with him. For sure.
That was 4 days.
I think it was 4 days.
I think that was like a Thursday through
It
Sunday
was
or
quick,
something.
but dude,
That's
like
the first time you played with them, right? Max?
It was the first
That's
time
kind of the first I
and
saw
they,
that.
and they were super worried about me too because they were.
It was like 2 weeks
Does
after
he
we
know
did
how
it?"
these guys are on the and I've been on a lot of tours, but I can say this is the nice way to put it is that Fishing for Chips are the most unique personalities
unique's a good way. Yeah.
that you could imagine.
Right.
So.
That you can imagine.
And shout out
Dream
to
this shit up.
Daniel, because Daniel actually
He played bass with us on
he
that
played
tour.
bass, dude.
That's right.
Again, this poor
Yeah.
fucking band, dude. So
That's right,
And
yeah,
Daniel plays lead for Fishing.
for Chips.
He was doing 2 sets.
And at that time, Max was playing guitar with us.
Yes.
Obviously, still doing backup vocals, and then Daniel. It was just great.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that
we work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
well-
figure it out.
Nobody's gonna stop it.
Well, when
yeah.
you think about this whole scene and like, I mean, there's a lot of bands in San Diego, but between the Rough and Infinite Signal and Ready Set Survive and Avenue Army, I mean, at the end of the day, if a show opportunity truly came up for a band, and let's say Morgan couldn't fill in or something, you have your choice of a handful
homies
of
to
good
jam.
drummers
People
that
that will
do it.
in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
in a heartbeat, if they're physically available. So I feel so.
I'd probably just give you the show.
Well, I just feel so.
That's the honest truth.
There's such a network. Like if we were ever like, oh my God, we had a show and
Oh, it's your cup, homie. Fuck,
Oh,
that is bugging me, dude.
My God, that is.
the sound quality is really good. Everyone talk at the same time. So anyway, what do you guys
Words. Rough
know what,
Army,
though?
Rough Army.
I got to give a shout out to Mainsail because those guys are my
Oh,
boys
yeah.
and they're
Absolutely.
they're North County, and they when Avenue Army first got here, I saw them in 2016 at the Moreau, and I was like, wow, this band's great, and they just got better and better and better, and they've actually helped us. They've helped Avenue Army a lot, and hooking us up with people and
How they cool.
absolutely, and then
Both North County, so yeah.
yeah, and then Justin Lin too. Justin
Yep.
Lin in the rotation. He's a great dude. Great music.
Playing with Dave Ferris, dude. That's
Yeah, just
huge. He
rad.
got hooked up.
Yep.
I don't know if that's
Good
like
for
a
him.
permanent thing for him, but he's touring with them, and that's rad. He
And
deserves it.
the Montel Jordans because they're just so goddamn fun.
God, did you see Joey's post, bro?
Dude, yeah.
Oh my! I died.
Crying.
I died. You botched it. Big time
botched it.
Timmy, you botched it. Oh, dude, I was rolling. I watched that first thing when I woke up, and I was like,
He
dude,
fits.
I messaged them.
He fits perfect.
Joey
Like,
is a
Joey
fucking
muscles.
animal,
He fits perfect.
dude. He is just an
yeah,
animal. I
Joey
can't
Muscle.
wait.
Found him.
Dude,
Dude's
yeah,
rad.
he's just so good.
Cool.
Adam Sisko was great with Montel Jordans, but
Yeah,
that's just
that's
a great
actually
fit.
when we met Cisco. We were practicing at your studio in Alvarado
yeah.
area, and when Mike was in the band, we were a 3-piece. And one day we were just out, having a smoke or whatever, and Adam was sitting in a car, and I thought it was Darren.
Yeah.
And I was walking up, and I was gonna fuck with him, and I walked up, and I got to the window, and like Adam turned around, and I was like, oh shit! Put my hands up, like, oh my bad, dude. And I was like, what? So then we started talking that night, and that's when we
Adam
met.
in
It was
that
like-
band?
That's cool.
He was in a Montel Jordan.
He
band.
was.
I didn't know.
Playing bass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we played our EP release with
Oh.
him, and he was rocking out with them. Why don't you guys talk about Adam Cisco, man? How was it working with him? Infinite Signal said that he's very sort of attentive to detail and kind of a perfectionist. You know,
Dude,
you guys want to
he
elaborate
is-
on that?
He is, but to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean,
Totally.
You're recording, dude. It's like, and I've recorded before. I mean,
No, those are good traits, I would say.
Absolutely, it's a headache. Again, it's a little bit of love hate, but the thing is when everyone here is recorded, so that if there's at a minute and 3 seconds into this song that you don't like that part, every time you push play on that fucking track,
Right.
you're dreading that moment in the song. So it's good to be super detail oriented and make sure that everything is to your liking, because once it's mastered and sent to you, it's there.
Totally.
Especially once it's released,
Permanent,
so
dude. Forever.
it's locked in. So I mean, with older recordings, like nothing against Chad at all. It was my own drum performance, but like hearing those old songs, and I was super green at that time. I hadn't drummed for a while prior, but there's so many little parts where I'm like, God, I love this whole song, but this one part, and you're just kind of like,
Even vocally too, I feel like I've grown from
absolutely.
then till now. So I listen to some of those things like, oh, if I could just go back in time,
Right.
If
Yeah.
I knew the things I knew today.
I
Yeah.
bounce.
Re-release.
When the gears
Rewrite.
start turning, I think about like now with the new lineup and a new approach, like
Yeah.
re-recording, like maybe like Not You or Satin Gloves could
Yeah.
really be really cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
for sure.
could be something.
Vaughn
Throwback
shredding
single.
on guitar,
Yeah.
Getting some licks in.
We-
getting
Yeah,
some
I love
licks
it.
in. Yeah.
I don't want to reveal anything, but I do have to say that there is a new song that we have that is just like
Awesome.
it's
in your
so-
face.
Oh my god.
Okay,
It's
cool.
so much fun.
It
So-
punches
Are you
right in
playing
the
it
face.
Friday?
Yeah.
well, if you show up, you'll find out, right?
Okay, there you go.
I mean, you'll be there, right?
I'll be there.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
be there. We are opening.
Only for 30 minutes though.
Yeah, Troy. Troy, we're super,
so stoked,
we're
dude.
super stoked to have you guys. Honestly,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
honestly,
Stoked
especially
to be
like
there,
our
brother.
friendship and our like musical relationship
Absolutely.
for how many years now? It's like,
We play in a band together.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
I got fired from that band.
we did fire you, and then I fired
Damn,
myself.
you got
so.
canned. I didn't
Hey,
know that
hey,
either.
silence.
Oh,
Awkward
damn.
silence for
Not,
like 2
not,
minutes.
not at all.
Nah, I'm just kidding, dude.
I'm all-
No, I'm super
I'm all-
stoked, man. It's
Hit
gonna
the
be good.
cricket.
Yeah. Crickets. Enter crickets now.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, he edits all this stuff, so this could
Oh, I'm
sound
gonna make
totally.
it sound
This could
so-
sound totally.
I always try to
different.
make myself sound as good as possible, dude. Yeah. No. So yeah, again, Friday, the Moreau, the Rough EP release party, dude. Highly anticipated. 4 years in the making, folks.
And who else is on the
Holy
bill?
fucking
Yo,
shit.
Montel Jordans, Ready Set Survive, and Fallen Monuments.
Fallen
Fallen Monuments,
So our
we gotta
first
give them
survive.
love.
Our
Words,
first
words,
lineup.
words.
Great lineup.
Our first release, we played at the Marrow, and Fallen Monuments played with us. We did our pre-production with Gary and Eric.
Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I was just
I
at
always
that.
do that, man.
His
I always do that.
compound,
I'm
dude.
sorry,
Yeah.
Aaron. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
bro. But yeah, like
Aaron kills it.
Yeah, and we were in their garage and
Yeah.
hung out. Got the songs down. That was what we sent to Adam to show him, like,
That's right.
hey, this is what we're going with.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, going back to working with Adam, a lot of stuff was, he had some other ideas. And it was like, oh shit, it's like a fourth member at the time, or a third member, because it was me and Darren.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, just to get a different take on it. Like, okay, this is somebody that's hearing it. You know
Right.
what I mean? So like, this is what the people on the floor want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So okay, let's go that route.
Outsider's perspective.
You
a
know what I
little bit.
mean? Yeah.
I think
And
that's
that-
how a good engineer or producer should be, dude. Like
Yeah.
another member.
Yeah,
you know?
and have some input, like valuable input, like that's gonna help build the songs, and that eventually builds the band, because there's things that we're doing now that we weren't doing before we were recording. So he kind of like helped us grow as musicians, and as the Rough helped the Rough grow in its own right. So big ups to you for that, dude.
Big ups. You want to talk about your tattoo? True.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's still flaky. We just so I have Jesse. Hey, Jesse, why don't you tell the story, dude?
Did Jesse get it as well? So who got you guys all got local band logo tattoos? You got
A
Infinite
couple-
Signal / the Rough
Yeah.
logos, and who got that? That was
It was,
did Eli
so
get
our-
his?
so,
Eli was too late or something, right? So Kelly got one.
the gun crapped out. So our buddy
gun
Pete
crapped out.
Yeah, our buddy Pete.
Good sign.
It's a buddy of Jesse's. He got this new place in La Jolla. He's like, hey, I want to have some people over. And then he sent me this picture. He's like, would you be down to get this with me? I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah. And he's like, do you know a tattoo guy? And I was like, oh, my homie that does my shit, well, I'll hook you guys up. So worked it out. Had a bunch of people over. Kelly and Eli and Drew were there from Infinite Signal. Oh, yeah. Some of my childhood friends came out to hang out.
Awesome, dude.
And it was like 6 of us or 5 of us got this Infinite Signal with the blades from one of our shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was just kind of like we're in love with each other, you know what I mean? Yeah, and like we're in love with all our friends, and we like seeing our homies do cool shit. I always say.
So we're a cult now.
A tribute to the scene a little bit, dude. I was thinking of like legit going to like Terry,
just mashing up everyone
and getting a dope fucking local music. Half sleeve or something, bro.
And if anyone could do it, Terry would draw that shit up in a heartbeat.
Dude. Like,
Terry Rivera, Remington Tattoo, absolute.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Dude,
We've spent some serious money.
Yeah, that guy.
Giving him some serious money in the last year.
Bro, you get what you pay for. I mean,
cheap
he's
work ain't good work ain't cheap.
Yeah, right. It's very, very
it's easy
true,
as that.
Man. No, he's a good dude for sure.
Anybody
looking, exactly. Anybody looking for a bargain tattoo is think on it.
Think about
That's all.
it.
Just
think
on
about it. Yeah. Dude, really stoked for you guys, man. On a personal level, I've seen everything that you've gone through in the past year, and we're all friends here, so I'm stoked for the release. It sounds fucking amazing, dude. It really is stepping the bar up here locally, dude, especially for the genre that we're in, the pop punk kind of thing. So Friday night, dude, the Moreau, Ready, Set, Survive, the Montel Jordans, Fallen Monuments, and the Rough, dude. Make it out. $5, 8:30. Right?
Yeah.
First band at 8:30.
5 pre-sale, I think 8 at the door.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think
so get them now.
Hey, fuck that.
Yeah, get them now. It'll be $5.
I get him for free, right?
Now you're $12 at the door.
Cue crickets now.
Cue crickets. Anything else? Did I not? Have I covered everything? We covered the music video. Open mic.
To touch on the Fallen Monuments guys really quick, they were like.
You want to touch on the Fallen Monuments guys?
Have you seen Gary's profile picture? I mean, that boy.
I fucking love all those guys, dude. Todd's right here, living like Tony Montana in his sick ass pad.
He's got a beautiful house. Yeah,
really nice pad. Really cool guys. Great sound.
Yeah, and just the way that they kind of like opened up their whole world to us, and like. We recorded the pre-pro in a day. I think Drew had to go the following morning to like wrap up some vocals. Yeah, but like we did all the songs, everything in one day at their little like compound that Aaron's got in his garage. But it's like
The Secret, Modelo, Tall Cans, and Burritos.
Yeah, and they were just so like, they were just so like welcoming and so supportive. It was like, I brought in my kit and I thought we were gonna maybe like. Throw like a room mic, up and kind of like rough, but dude, they took the time to like mic my drums right. Dude, they were doing like, I don't even think anything. I think the bass was DI, but I think like the guitars were like actually mic'd on the cabs. Like they really took their time to like, yeah. And I think I had mentioned this. It's so funny how much time has gone by, but I think on the first podcast when they had sent us our mixes, I remember like the first time he sent it and I'm driving in my truck and I play it and I was like, just got this stupid grin on my face and I'm like, dude, we could probably release this.
Right.
Like it sounded good.
We were talking about that, dude. I want to say I was one of the few that heard that, right?
Yeah.
I think you played it for me at the gym or something.
And it's still, even when I listen to it now, I'm like, dude, it
still
sounds
good.
fucking great.
I was saying, fuck, you could release that. Yeah.
And in their defense, I mean, they knew that we were kind of on like a crunch at the time. Right. So they didn't even really put in like 110 as far as like the mixing and everything. It sounds good, but he had mentioned to us later, they're like, dude, if we could do it again, we could absolutely sit down and really crunch numbers and make it, better. Yeah. So I don't know,
That stuff sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I don't want to like push work onto them because I'm not sure what their final goal is. But if there is any bands in town that are looking to do any kind of maybe, like quicker, like affordable approaches. Again, I'm not sure if they would even want to honor that, but I do know that they were a pleasure to work with.
Pretty busy, dude,
and they're great producers because they ultimately play our music as well, like very similar genre. So it's like they were they were awesome, and they have a lot of cool gear. I know Drew was playing on like a shiflet like telly and fucking one of Gary's guitars, and it was just cool. It was a really cool atmosphere for sure.
Even Aaron was, giving to me, like try this when we went back for the second morning, like to do some harmonies and stuff. He's like, oh, how about this? Da da da. I'm like, whoa, bro. It's again, we're working with our friends, and we have a cool opportunity to kind of build that stuff together, like on the day that we did the group vocals with Adam, and like, oh, what do you think about this part? And everybody in there plays in a band, everybody in there knows music in some way, so they're like, oh, well, we'll try this and try that. So we're like,
so many cooks in the kitchen
song,
now.
But it worked out cool, and like
totally.
we're all like writing the stuff as it's happening. So like pretty much like everybody that knows us and is cool with us and that we hang out with and we go support us, we were all there in the room, and we all like wrote a song together. And you were there, you know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't there for your group vocals, dude. I was there for Infinite Signals, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that.
That was better anyway.
But you were there for mine, for Young and Dumb. That was cool.
Super.
But cool, yeah, we got to shout out again. Love to Fallen Monuments and everything they're doing. Dude, Dogmatic, bro. Fucking
Classic.
old school.
Yeah, it really is.
My first band played with them back in like 98, dude. So.
No,
Cool.
I've said it so much, but there's just so many cool bands, and I feel like it just kind of like maybe I wasn't attached to the scene, but I know because I wasn't prior to meeting Drew. There was a little window there after Bankers and then hooking up with Drew. But like,
I think you played for Skipjack too, right?
I played for a little bit, like 6 months. I drummed for him,
Yeah.
and that was super fun. We had a lot of cool shows.
Totally.
But yeah, I remember like thinking like playing with Drew, like, oh cool, I'll be in a band again. Like that's great. And then it was like, for a long time, it was the more harder, faster sound that we were kind of competing with. And I remember when we were show ready, I remember going like, dude, we don't really have like other bands to like nothing against Skipjack. They're fucking phenomenal, but they're like lightning fast, aggro, in your face punk rock. Like they're super hardcore. Where obviously if you've heard us, we're a little bit more like melodic and
space.
Yeah. A little bit more like rock inspired punk, I guess you could say. But then it just seemed like out of nowhere, it was like, boom, fucking Avenue Army pops up. And again, they were already there, but on my radar, I was like, okay. And then we hooked up with Infinite. And then I remember seeing Mainsail and being like, holy shit. So then it was like, and then you guys were trucking. So I was like, okay, never mind. Now we have our little group. And then that friendly like community just all kind of was like, dude, now I feel like it happened almost overnight, where it went from like, who are we going to book with, where now it's like the options when we want to put together a show.
There's so many damn bands and shows. Like, if you want one, oh sure, jump on this bill. Like,
well, I remember back in the day, like hitting up venues and being like, we want to play, and they're like, well, who are you going to play with? And you're just kind of like, But it's like now I feel like I could call a venue and say, look, I'm going to have a promoter. I have the entire lineup done. I have everything covered. I'll build the fucking the flyer will be built, and everything's already done. Like I can like deliver that just through boom 3 phone calls.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, want to host? Fucking cool. Hey, Troy, is ready? Good.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
boom. Avenue, are you good?
They just have to make sure they have Vaughn's green M&Ms in the green room, and his the other thing he wants to, and
fucking red.
He needs a life-size cutout of David Hasselhoff in every green room.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but
that's your boy,
black
huh?
hand towels, nothing else.
Black hand towels.
Make that happen.
You've never seen anybody throw a tantrum.
Like Vaughn, like seriously.
If that shit doesn't
He's
come
real
in.
sweet to your face, but dude.
Don't piss me off, man. Scorpio, man. Telling you.
Scorpio, me too. November?
Yeah. What's up?
November?
Oh, yeah, the 4th.
Cool. 17th. Let's talk astrology for an hour.
I'm a Gemini.
Go, Gemini.
I'll stab you in the back really quick.
That being said, since there's been so much nice stuff said about everybody, because it's a nice group of guys,
shit, dude. That's what I
no,
was saying.
actually, quite the op. I mean, you guys can all talk. You can talk shit about me after this, but I just want to say that
Perfect.
Vaughn is like you're one of the most special people to me, buddy. This guy is such a hustler. He's go with the flow. He's extremely talented. There's nothing that he give you this shirt off his back type of guy.
Absolutely.
We love you, Vonnie.
Being in bands
guys.
with you, and just having your friendship has just been just invaluable to me.
Hey, likewise. Thank you, Max.
Mm-hmm.
I remember after we went through when we had Will, and honestly, hats off to Will and Jules. They've been awesome for us. I mean, they're still there. Like if for some reason these two couldn't show up, I know that in a phone call, they'd be there. So they're, it's nothing but love. But I'm not gonna lie. Like when we added Will, I remember me and Drew being so giddy about it because we're like, dude, the band sounds and Will's a hell of a guitar player.
Really good.
He's a very good guitar player. Great performer. He's very professional. He's got great gear. And so I'm not going to lie, like when we moved on from Will, and because Will was busy with Fairplay at the time and a couple other projects, bringing in Vaughn, and I had heard Vaughn with Avenue,
right.
But I'm not going to lie. I was like, dude, Will is fucking good, But then having Vaughn too, and again, nothing against Will, but it was so nice to have. I didn't feel the transition, I was like, oh, okay, good. Totally. Like we were just getting to this like exciting stage where I'm like, now the band's starting to feel wholesome again and everything, and then we kind of went our own ways, and then but having Vaughn, and again, his attitude, professionalism, everything. Everything. Awesome.
Vaughn, these guys love you.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I love you guys too.
The first time I saw you was at the 90s show that we did. Was it 90s? 90s, or was it 80s? 80s goes punk rock.
90s, I think.
At Himmelberg's.
That was
the first time when I saw the new lineup, and it
Yeah.
was solid, dude. It was full sounding, and you guys, you got a great sound.
Well, Troy, bro. You're an active musician too. We can all be. Well, we can all be great musicians, or a good performer or whatever you want to call it, but it really does come down to the connection as people. Like,
some chemistry.
If you flat out just don't like your guitar player, regardless of how fucking well he plays,
right,
that lineup it will fizzle out sooner or later, because it's going to show while you're trying to book. Group chats. The way that you all talk and you plan, it's like, it's so nice to have band members that are just fucking chill people, dude. It's
Absolutely.
like, it's so nice to have that, and this lineup is absolutely that for sure.
Fucking A, man. Stoked for you guys.
Yeah, I am.
No more punching walls or anything like that?
No.
Punching each other?
Well, not this year, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep that out
wait
of
till
2020 for
Yeah.
sure, yeah. Hit the bag, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was a dumb.
Let's talk in
fucking-
detail about that. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I think we did at the last one, bro.
No, it was.
Was it a wedding, right, or something? You punched the bride?
No. I was at a wedding.
Well, okay.
I thought that was you,
Okay,
dog.
Vaughn, are you good? Are you good to talk
Jesus,
about
Troy.
this?
Yeah,
Troy.
yeah.
We
Troy
made
can
a
edit.
joke about that,
Okay,
bro.
so here it is.
Whatever.
We'll do semi details. So what's really funny, the parallels between Vaughn and I, is I was at a wedding.
Oh, dude, you were at a wedding too?
And
I didn't know that.
and
Fucking chills.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
The bride was talking back. And
no, it was again. I'll
Vaughn didn't get his green M&Ms.
right.
semi details. We don't got to go like fully into it, but definitely drinking at the wedding, having fun, whatever. And I had gotten super upset about some dumb fucking issue that I shouldn't even have gotten upset about, and cocked back, let one go. What?
Aim for Corey, but missed.
What? I love you, babe. What was drywall? But to my surprise, there was a concrete
2x4.
support.
Oh, concrete.
Oh no! I wish if it was fucking a 2x4, the wood would have gave a little bit.
Oof. I don't
But
know.
the second my hand went through the drywall,
Some concrete on.
and I was super drunk.
Right.
But I'm not even gonna lie, it was instant. Like, it wasn't even pain. It was just that weird, like, kind of dull.
Right.
And I
shock.
And I pulled my hand out of the hole of the wall, and my poor knuckle, dude. Like, visually, I was like, there was no pain because, like I said,
sticking out?
No, it was all
It was
compressed in and all
your
just
pinky?
like, yeah. It was,
That's how mine was.
it's-
At least
it's-
yours was like a hole in the wall. Like I punched a tree and nothing happened except for my hand broke.
But-
Like, there's
Didn't
no
even
damage
move,
to the
bro,
tree.
Vaughn.
It's just like idiot.
But
The
long,
leaves
long
didn't
story
even
short,
change.
Vaughn and
Yeah.
I aren't allowed to drink at weddings anymore.
Yeah, no,
because-
I got
was
cut
at a
off.
wedding
Yeah,
too,
and-
Vaughn?
and Vaughn-
Yeah,
Vaughn,
it was at a
he
wedding.
was up. I remember talking to him after it happened, and I was like, "All right, well, what are you doing right now?" And he's like, "I'm just, hanging out eating breakfast." And I'm like, "Well, do you want to maybe go to the doctor and get that looked at?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I probably should in a little while."
Yeah, I tried to sleep it off with mine as well. Like I went to bed and you kind of sleep with like your hand under the pillow, and I was like, oh, I'll wake up in the morning. And I remember waking up. Of course, I'm hungover, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more now. And I pulled out my hand and I looked at it, and it was just like looked like a fucking football. I mean, it was just. And
That's
I'm
how
like,
mine was. I was in Julian, so I couldn't do
dude,
much
it was
about it until I
bad.
got home.
Yep.
How long were you guys out after that break, Darren?
I don't think I was able to drum for
Few
like
months?
8 weeks.
Yeah,
probably.
we had to
Yeah,
get
it
out of
was
one
around
show,
there.
but we didn't have anything booked after that, so it was a little. And he had just finished his drum parts like the
Dude.
day or two before.
Again, like I was talking earlier, like the amount
Kind
of
of good timing.
the amount of turbulence the band's been through, like there was a weird like thank God moment that I was like,
All right.
the drum tracks are done. Like I just remember thinking that I'm like, okay, so we technically, I mean, obviously we couldn't perform,
Right.
and fucking, I love Drew, dude, because he was sending me screenshots and like people were nipping at wanting to drum, you know, for the rough. Like people were like hitting him up, and
Who?
Drew was
Call him out
I don't remember.
Jesse.
like,
It was
the top of
Jesse
my-
Valdez.
after people kind of.
and then
but I-
Did
but-
you
And then
post-
Drew texted back, "It's all good, bro. I'm gonna drum for
Yeah, we fucking probably could do a better job at it.
record my guitar tracks, record the bass, bro.
But no, I remember Drew, man,
probably
and
could.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I remember telling Drew, like, dude, I want what's best for the band. If a show comes up, let someone drum. Let him know I'll be back. But but Drew is the most loyal guy I fucking know. He was like, nope. He's like, we're gonna wait, heal up.
Right on, dude.
And it definitely took.
We
some
got recording
time,
to do
but-
anyway. like,
Yeah,
you know?
and again, like as shitty as timing as it was, it technically could have been worse. So
It's
it was
funny,
nice to,
like you're saying with all the turbulence and stuff like that, we still like it was like, you know, everything would fall apart, and then you're picking up the pieces, and there's like cool shit under the pieces you pick up. You know, so it's like, oh, crazy. We're out of a bass player. Oh, but okay, well, we're in the studio though. I could do that.
Right.
Like, oh man, we play shows, and then I get a call from Max. You know, like with the hand. You know what I mean? It just was after the drum parts.
Yeah.
Just things like. It's crazy, and that's what keeps me like, okay, well, maybe we're doing something. The universe is like, well, just hold on a little longer.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's pretty dope.
Let's make it a smooth year. Let's make 2020 a little more smooth. For you guys.
No more punching shit.
No more
for
punching,
sure.
and
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both, you know, both bands have been through the ringer, dude.
And in such similar
Yeah, you
fashion,
guys
it's
have a lot of
insane.
member changes
There's
and
been
stuff.
there's
Yeah.
just been a lot of ups and downs and setbacks
Right.
and stuff, but that's all character building. And you know, I
Yeah.
mean, the only way that you fail is if you give up. You know,
Absolutely.
if you give up. And when I mean, like I've talked with Drew about this. I know we've had some talks about age, and I'm not going to mention any of that
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember being like, man, like I better be like a big deal when I'm like 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like I'm sitting here now, like a decade past
Fucking-
that almost.
It feels like it's 2 weeks later, and you're fucking mid
I
30s.
know.
You're like,
Right.
fuck.
I got like acid reflux now. but
I
it's
actually
like,
do too, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
the real.
I fucking told
Almost
him.
fucking
Dude,
died.
yeah,
last
I was
night.
just talking with him, and he's like, yeah, like chronic pain. Like, dude, it's just, you know. But the thing is like, there's no time limit. There's no age limit. There's no time limit. If you want to do something, then you do it. And you know, the
Right.
only way to fail is if you give up. Then it's a
100%.
surefire way that
Yeah.
that nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you know, that's been my attitude, and
You grow during the low points, right?
absolutely,
point,
that's when you do most of your growth.
100% in life in a band.
You know, because
Yeah.
now like some of the stuff will come up, and he's like, "That's it." You know, like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
no big deal." You know, like
Yeah,
it's
we got
just,
this,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Shake it off. Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
I don't have the answer,
cool.
but I'm gonna
Like,
go
well,
to
you-
sleep, and I'll
you
come
broke
back
your
to you
leg,
tomorrow.
but you can still play, right?
Yeah, your hands are good.
All right, cool. We're
You're still good, dude.
Hey, somebody get him a wheel him up there.
Some crutches, dude.
It's all good.
Hey, microphone, bring him a
Hey.
wheelchair over here, over there.
How you
over
doing?
here.
Hey. Send the Raphones over there.
Again, Friday night, the Moreau, dude. Stoked for it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't
EP
wait, man.
release party.
It's been such a journey. So
Yeah.
the fact that it's
No broken hands
this
anymore.
this close.
Zero.
And, well, I have a few days. We'll see what
I
happens.
have a few days. Let's
Yeah.
see.
How much more of that Palapalooza ale you got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Big
and
shout out to
brick walls.
Troy for doing this all the time too.
Yeah,
supporting all the
absolutely.
bands in
Yeah, it's a
San
cool
Diego.
podcast, cool thing.
You know
Thank
what
you,
I
buddy.
mean? Yeah, absolutely, man. It's fun to be here. It's just fun. You know, this coming from Minneapolis, which I love it back home, but we just there's nothing like this back there. That's this tight knit and everybody's, you know, this caring and involved with one another. It's really, really cool. So
Yeah.
you know.
And
yeah,
good weather.
Thank you.
January.
Yeah,
dude. Look
no
at this.
kidding.
It's fucking
Crazy,
insane.
right?
It's
I mean,
crazy.
how is
Diego.
Minnesota right now? 20s, 30s?
Have you ever been to Siberia?
Can't say that I have.
I don't think it's that bad, but it's funny. Like
It's snowing.
You don't
though,
miss
for
it.
my
sure, right?
my wife's brother was like, dude, it's been crazy warm out here. And I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, it's like 37. like, dude,
We were at
Yeah.
the beach all day.
I'm a bitch now, dude. My blood is
Yeah, fuck all
acclimated.
that,
if it's like
dude.
50, I feel cold now.
I'm
So-
spoiled as fuck. Like we went up to the mountains on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and I'm good for like an hour.
Was
And
it snowing up there?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
snow, but it's still 50 degrees, maybe 40. But still, fuck all that.
No, it's cool that we have the mountains that close.
Right.
I mean, to be able
if
to
you
rip
want
out
to visit, dude, go up
Dude,
there.
you could go. I mean, dude,
I was
like
thinking about San
Julian.
Diego. You're in the middle of everything.
Yeah, it's rad. You can go up
Right.
to Julian and it's awesome up there. You can have lunch and fucking there's snow and yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's we're very fortunate geographically. We have everything.
Got the beach, the mountains, the desert.
The anus of San Diego, and great way to stay in shape. And
it's a great way to stay in shape.
it's a great way to stay in shape.
What kind of cancer?
It's rectal cancer. It's slowly eating away at my lower insides. It's a quick process, both painful and untreatable, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
Nice talking with you guys, dude. You guys are cool
Yeah,
as
man,
fuck.
thank you.
Look forward to Friday. Thank you again for having us on the bill. That's going to be fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank
Thanks
you
for being down.
with us. What
Yeah.
what do you guys
Ah.
have anything going? Any goals this year? What do you guys got going? Flip the script on you.
Crickets.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Troy Cook, and this is Palapalooza. So, what's up
You guys
for
want
our?
So we're here with Troy Cook.
Yeah,
from
we're here
Ready,
with
Set,
Troy Cook.
Survive.
Yeah.
Troy Cock from Ready, Set, Go. Did you hear the Infinite Signal episode?
Dude, I was like,
That was like the
fucking
Jack
dying,
Galifianakis.
dude.
Who said
Yeah,
that?
it was Zach Galifianakis. You have to listen to the
Between
Infinite
Two
Signal
Ferns.
episode. They kind of did a Between Two Ferns. Have you ever watched that show?
Yes.
They roasted me.
Okay.
They're like,
Troy
is
Cock
Green
from
Day.
Ready,
Your,
Set,
you
Go.
know, why do you are you guys a Green Day cover band? What's up with this shitty podcast? Have you had anyone on good? Just fucking killing me, dude.
Yeah, they got him.
And
And
it was
opened with it.
it was cool. I've cried myself to sleep, but no.
It's
No,
really funny because
amazing.
if you
I
know,
don't take myself or anything that I'm doing here too seriously.
if you
dude.
know
It's just
Kelly
fun.
and Eli, they're the sweetest people.
I know they were apologizing for days,
But
dude.
you're
Like,
right.
Troy, we love you, dude. We
They
didn't
did
do that.
such a good job of being like so dry and like dark and like
Really
just
good job.
super monotone and low. You're like
Eli.
there was one part where you were
I
like,
never
oh
heard of
yeah,
that.
I'm not sure if we're gonna do this or that, and Kelly's like, well, it's probably better if you don't.
Yeah.
She's like,
We were
not
kind
sure
of
if
like
anyone's
laughing
listening.
off the mic,
Oh,
dude, like
man.
looking at each other, kind of smiling, but it was fun.
All in good fun though, man. But,
Yeah, it was fun. Shout out to Infinite Signal again, and
Yeah.
their sad dying roses.
And they have their
And they got their thing, yeah.
release on the 31st. And
At
we'll
the
be
Moreau,
we'll be
right?
playing with them
We're
too.
playing with them,
Yeah,
that's
Nights
gonna
Like
be
Thieves,
awesome.
some
Nights
days
Like
ago,
Thieves, yeah.
31st, dude. Yes, that's gonna be a banger.
Oh shit!
too.
I forgot. Big
Uh-oh.
shout out to Nights Like Thieves.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Another
Yeah.
one of my absolute
Yeah.
favorites.
Absolutely,
love
killing it.
Mario. Love those guys. Great band. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shot your music video,
Uh,
Yeah, Mario's doing that too.
yeah, both
The Rough.
both of
Oh,
them.
and
actually.
And
Avenue.
Avenue, yeah.
Both
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dude,
What
and
song was
fucking.
the-
Go ahead. Sorry.
What song was the Avenue Army music video for?
We're shooting for Holding Steady.
Okay, so that hasn't released.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think I missed that, but cool. Let's talk about the hangar, dude, right down the street, right? For I Am the Thunder
Oh my god.
in the anus of San Diego. That was right here, right?
So that was a pretty wild.
that was so amazing.
That was a
How
really.
did that get hooked up, dude?
Okay,
that was
so
cool.
super weird. So we were looking for, again, this all started with just like a performance video. I'm sure whoever's listening, especially the inner crowd, you guys saw Mario's post a while back about he was doing like a special rate for like a performance style shoot. It wasn't
Right.
gonna be like
I think it was like a $500 promo thing he was doing, right?
Brilliant
something like that.
marketer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he is.
it was a great idea, you know, and he
Right.
really he gets every drop of juice out of it too. I mean, if you've seen, I know Infinite's new one's out, and it's fucking
He's so
amazing.
good.
It-
So good.
He's
Palm
like,
Christ, dude.
he's like
yeah.
a drug dealer that gives you the first line free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, because I know they're gonna
in.
come back
Yeah.
for the big for the you know
for the bag. yeah.
exactly.
Jesse, beer? No, I'm good right now. You're good, okay.
But we were looking for a location to
yes.
shoot, and
Yeah.
I have a bunch of buddies that do like like metal fabrication work and like a couple other kinds of
Yeah.
businesses where they have like warehouses and stuff.
yeah.
So my buddy Garrett Neal over at Neal Aviation, he's at Gillespie. He's a pilot, okay, and he's been a pilot for many years. And his company, Neal Aviation, they do like the cockpits and like the really high end jets, like all like the bells and whistles and all that. He like installs that stuff for a lot of the planes at Gillespie.
Okay.
And a bunch of like really like
The
technical.
Cessnas and stuff, right?
No, like the fucking what's like the rap song, something G something.
Oh, like a G6.
Yeah, like he like does shit like that. Yeah. I'm all G12 or some
pimp.
shit.
Something G, that could be.
But he like the
songs.
guy has a fucking jet. I mean, he owns a fucking jet.
It's like an Italian
wow.
fighter
it's
without like a trainer.
So I hit him up and I'm like, am I, late at night my gears are always like turning and I'm like,
Totally.
and Garrett's been to some rough shows and we've stayed in touch over the years since high school and I'm like, so I hit him up and I'm like, dude, is the hangar open? Because in my mind I'm thinking it's gonna be a big open place and that will be more than enough to jam.
Right.
Couple planes in the background, whatever. Garrett's like, fuck yeah, I'd love to be a part of it. Super on board. So we get down there and I mean, when the video comes out, you'll guys see, and I think we shared some like behind the scenes stuff, but I mean, this was like a hangar, like a fucking Pablo Escobar fucking hangar, dude.
2 jets in there.
Yeah, so
That's
we get
rad.
there and like the doors of fucking Jurassic Park open,
Dun,
and it's
dun,
like
dun, dun.
and there's a T-Rex flying a plane, and there's like a fucking
That one's for you, Mitch.
Yes.
So
All right.
there's like a prop plane, like an old school, like almost like a dog fighter looking like old, like the aviator style looking planes, like the
Yeah.
prop plane, like the whatever.
Like a biplane? Not so much.
What was
Who
the
cares?
Scorsese movie, like the Aviator? What was his
The
name?
Aviator.
Howard
yeah,
Hughes.
Howard
like
Hughes,
those
yeah.
kinds of old school like prop planes, whatever.
Okay. Uh-huh.
He had one of those in there. He had an actual. It's an Italian. I think it's called a S-211. Essentially, what it is it's their Air Force's fighter jet.
Okay.
But they strip it of all of the ammunition and stuff. So it's their training jet. It's the same silhouette and power plant as their actual fighting jet,
Right.
but it's to train the pilot. So there's no ammo on it, but it's the actual jet.
That's rad.
And then he had this really rad, like a 72 Nova drop top show car, fucking rims, and so we like open it, and I'm like, dude. So we're there, and the whole plan was I was just gonna set my kid up in the middle. And we were going to shoot with like the stuff in the background, whatever.
Right.
So I got there a little early to build my kit. And there's a young kid that works there. And he's like the guy, I forgot the actual term, but he drives this little forklift looking thing that has like a little like pick on the front that essentially when you want to fly a certain plane, he pulls that thing into the hangar, hooks it up to the plane and kind of like tows it out. And then you fire up your plane.
Got it.
Turns out the kid's like into like no effects and shit. So he like sees my drum kit and we're like out there looking like a bunch of tattooed hoodlums. So he's all, dude, what's going on here? And we're like, dude, we're shooting a music video. And he's like, well, dude, everyone left and I'm here after hours. And he's all, I still have like the puller. He's like, dude, we can pull the jets and everything out onto the pad.
Yeah.
And I brought a bunch of beer and pizzas and shit. So Garrett's like getting like
Hey,
saucy.
can we fly them too?
Dude,
Darren was in there.
dude, I hopped. No,
So you
dude,
hopped in?
dude. Garrett is the.
Did everyone hop in or what? Or I saw
No,
you.
I was
in
just
there.
Darren.
Just Darren.
Well,
okay.
we were
I
just
was too
having
scared to
like.
ask.
Well, and Garrett
Right?
just had
I would be
such.
too, dude.
He had such a good attitude about it because the entire
awesome.
time I was kind of like on eggshells because you really felt. Lack of a better word, you kind of felt
Claustrophobic?
like you felt a little Hollywood because it was like so like
In a jet.
Yeah,
dude, there's
a
jets
jet,
and
the
there's
car.
fucking
Dude, there was helicopters there too.
dude, there's helicopters.
It was
There was
cool.
like we were playing, and you turn around. There's a fighter jet right behind us,
Yeah.
and there's 2 choppers over to the left.
and
so
that
like,
car, yeah.
like all you
Everything,
need is
yeah.
like Schwarzenegger.
So we're
hanging out
sitting there, we're
somewhere.
like,
it's a done deal.
True lies, bro.
so I kind of
Perfect for I'm the Thunder.
I'm the
and
Thunder.
kind of worked out.
San Diego
It
being
was
Top
cool.
Gun, you know? It's
Yeah.
rad. It's
You say
perfect.
you are the Thunder,
Yeah,
but I am the Thunder. I've been the Thunder since 1976.
Dude, so good.
Thank
fucking
you.
nailed that shit.
Thank you. I'm the governor of California.
That's rad. And you guys. Hey, talk like that for the
I'm
rest
sorry,
of the podcast,
Arnold. I
for
love
sure.
you, dude. I love June Commando.
I love you.
It's all about kindergarten cop, bro. It's not the tumor.
Yeah.
This is a ferret.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
So
That's cool. and that was Mario that shot that.
and that
right?
was Mario,
I
so-
can't wait to see what he does with that, man.
So the initial thing was, okay, this will be our performance shoot, and it was already kind of a graduated level of what we initially thought. So we were excited about it. And then Mario, bless his heart, man, like he really was like, he's like, dude, like let's do more, and we felt the same way, and we were like, all right, so
Yeah.
we worked out some stuff where, and then Drew had mentioned earlier, so we had Casey, the girl that's on the cover.
Yeah.
Our kind of plan was she was going to be on the cover, and then whatever videos we have moving forward, we're gonna try to have her featured in one way or another with the videos, whether it's an Easter egg of a 3-second shot,
right,
or actually have her as a role. We're gonna try to keep like a
mascot or something, if you will.
If
kind
you
of how the
will.
Montel Jordans have their girl.
Try to have her like rolling with it the entire time.
Right.
So we had her come down, and it just turned out Garrett had like the super rad Nova, like the drop top Nova.
Yeah, I saw
so
that, dude.
I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot of cool stuff featured, and then so that's kind of again with the whole scheduling thing. That's why things have kind of been pushed off, because now we technically could give Mario the green light right now and say, hey, it's a performance video, put it out. But we all agreed that we feel like to honor the song and to do right, we want to get like an actual like storyline involved with that.
Right.
So now we're working with that, and then
Cool, man.
again, we're just trying to get schedules figured out.
Stay true to the rough timeline, bro, and maybe another 18 months. Drop that video.
Hey.
You know,
every single 2 years.
Going, bro. Yeah.
Summer 21, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Next visit will all be different dudes.
Yeah.
Next New Year's, dude. No, I'm stoked. Again, 5-song EP releasing Friday, and then followed up with the music video, dude. For I'm the Thunder.
We're very excited. So thank you,
absolutely,
for anyone that gives a rat's ass for being
Everyone that gives
patient.
a fuck.
And bring those rat asses to the show.
Yeah, cruise out.
prove it.
Cruise out Friday night at the Moreau. It's going to be fun. A lot of local bands there, I would assume. I would hope.
It's going to be good.
Get some people in there. Yeah. We're going to play a game with you, all right?
Bring
it's called
it.
Guess That Band.
Oh,
do you know what you
fuck.
guys are going to do?
Guess
I think we're going to guess a band,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah. Here, Vaughn, take my headphones.
Oh.
Gladly.
I'll
Sorry.
cut some of this shit out. You guys good? Piss or anything?
I kind of do have to
Go ahead,
piss.
go piss. Gotta fucking one-up me with the music video. Fuckers. Gotta get a fucking jet involved.
Dude,
Troy,
right? How
just
cool
promise
is that?
me
You
you're
and Infinite Signal, bro. Raising that bar way too fucking high locally.
You know what's really cool about the whole thing is I was joking with Garrett that night. I'm like, dude, I want to ride in it. And then he fucking texts me the next day, and you got to pay for some of the fuel, which is obviously like a good chunk because it's just expensive to fly it.
dude.
But it's a 2-seater.
Did
and
you
he
do
will,
it?
I haven't yet, but he absolutely said
Like
that I
after
could.
the shoot, you actually want to take it?
No, not
what's
in the
going on?
shoot. That would be insane. But no, I just asked him in general. I'm
Right.
like, can we fly in it? And he's like,
Right.
yeah. He's like,
Dude,
completely
dude,
legal.
Darren, man, like.
Darren's got some hookups,
No, he
dog.
does. Like you could be. He's like, you know what, man? I actually have a monk friend in the mountains. It's got this monastery. I think that would be super. You know what? Yeah, his name's Kevin. Let me hit him up. Hey, Kevin, are you still up in the mountains, dude? Like he does. He knows.
And Kevin's like, nah, but I can hook you up.
Yeah, no, yeah. Let me call the head monk and see if it's cool.
I've been in San Diego since '92, and you definitely. I just have a lot of cool friends, man. Honestly, it's nothing short of that. The people I try to associate myself with are like just good people.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're good
You're a
people.
good person, brother.
Let's say it's all
really,
about not
yeah.
being a dick.
More so about who you know most of the time than what you know, dude. You know, I always say that. Right? Hey, you're like, hey, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit, homie.
And crickets.
All right, we're going to play Guess That Band with you guys, all right? I'm going to play a little snippet. Everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Snippet of a local band. You guys are going to compete against each other, all
Do we
right?
just call out like as
soon as you know it,
okay.
say your name.
All right.
Name is your buzzer, all right?
Darren.
Infinite Signal. Oh, shit.
Just say your name, dude.
Drew.
Vaughn.
Darren said
Darren,
first.
yeah,
Darren who?
That was Infinite.
Infinite, baby.
Darren. Fishing for chips.
Darren's got 2.
I gotta remember
Damn.
my name. I forget.
Troy,
my name.
cue the applause right here.
All right, ready? This is a tough one, dude. You guys ready?
Max. Avenue Army.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Max.
I like that song, bro. You guys never play it live, really, huh?
We will again.
The Ballad of Homesick Harvey.
That is
It's a
a
good
rad
one.
song.
Yeah.
Did I get that or did Vaughn
Troy, I
get
still
it?
was
can
you,
barely
dude.
hear it.
Well, it's hard because I don't have headphones.
Okay, it's cool. You're fine.
Is that... It's still hard? Here.
That's
you ready?
Oh, I fucking know.
I don't know this one.
No, I do know it.
Well, then say it. They could very well be playing a show this month.
It's dope.
Come on, Drew.
Super classic trained vocalist. Husband, wife.
Oh, say days ago.
Say days ago.
Dude.
Oh, is this their new stuff?
It's Darren 3. It's called Fly Away. It's off Ceaseless Chasing.
I knew that. I was just testing.
Maybe
you
a
guys.
little
I was
more
just
of their
waiting to see.
B-side. I know Disquiet's super popular. They have,
Disquiet's
like,
a fucking
Disquiet's
dope
banger,
song, yeah.
All right, ready? This will be quick. Trying to play some B-sides.
Darren. Nights.
Nights Like Thieves.
Yeah,
Oh, actually,
Darren's
he
good.
just said nights, though. He didn't actually say the correct
Drew.
name.
Correct. We get it, though.
I mean, if I just
It's
said
because
the
when I
for the rough,
because
that wouldn't
when-
count. Oh, yeah, I know, Max, that's the.
Mic drop.
Max, that's funny.
It's all about the details, Darren.
We'll give you that.
Darren's
Darren.
killing it. I'm just
Darren,
jealous.
how many do you have, Darren?
4.
4. Max has 1. Max guessed his own band. Good job,
Fucking
dog.
terrible.
Well, it's better than if you couldn't.
That's true.
Right.
I
Then
fucking
you
don't know
guys
these
have been like,
guys.
should we really have this guy
Should we really do
in the rough?
All right, here we go. Local faves.
Max, mainsail.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Storm. Sail, baby.
Dude, the drum tones.
That's Adam Cisco, right?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
Cisco.
Dude, this guy,
Yeah.
Adam Cisco's so dope, dude.
We love you, Adam. Here we go next.
Darren. Fair play.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
You would fucking know
God
that,
damn
right?
it, Darren.
Darren.
Darren played for Fair Play.
Dude, they're putting cigarettes out on her face. It's weird.
Was that Billie
Yeah,
Eilish?
Billie Eilish, dude. What do you guys think of her?
I like.
Thoughts?
I don't know much about her. I heard
like
one
Billie
song on the
Eilish.
radio.
I like this video. Kind of into horror and weird shit, you know. I think she's all right.
I think she's pretty
Anyways.
cool.
All right, next.
Darren.
Yep.
Skipjack.
Yep. Played with that band as well.
Bro.
Hey, that's why. Hey,
Excuse me, host.
I know,
Is
sorry.
this maybe rigged a little
Sorry.
bit?
Let's take those 2 away from Darren.
Can I get the supporter of the scene award at the end of this?
Right.
Because,
All right, here's a good one I threw in. For you guys. You ready?
oh, Drew.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Save Amos. That's
Yeah, dog. Save Amos. Yeah. What's up with that? You guys doing like a little reunion thing, maybe?
We're talking.
I saw
for the
Roland
tier-
Weir
Dude,
post
that'd
about
be
that.
fucking
Yeah, because we have
rad,
our this record came out in 2010 in August
Cool.
10th. So we were talking about doing another show,
Dude,
like a
that'd
reunion
be
show.
sick.
Would that be with like R-Dub maybe put it on? Or?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he kind of recorded you guys, right?
Yeah, we were on with the Roland
That's
and
cool.
R-Dub Records. Yeah,
Right on. Roland's cool,
recordings.
dude. We got to
Yeah.
shout out Roland, bro.
Yeah, man.
He and
Oh,
I go
dude.
way back too.
Yeah, I've known him now probably like 12 years. Time
Yeah.
fucking flies, dude. But yeah, I mean, he's been a huge supporter. He's been in the scene, larger than life.
Larger than life,
yeah.
dude. With Justin Lin, he rocks out.
That's how I
What
met
is the Addiction? My new addiction.
New Addiction. Yeah,
A new addiction. Yeah, I'd love to have him under, man. Because
dude, you should totally have him over. Yeah.
yeah,
Roland, if you're
back
listening
in the
to
late
this.
'90s, bro, we back in the 1940s, we actually talked about getting a band together, dude.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
dude.
and then I went my route, and he went his route.
Troy, have you had Justin on?
Yeah, Justin was on, dude.
Yeah,
Gary
dude,
Eland.
he's a fucking great
kills it.
songwriter,
Yep.
dude.
Yes, he is.
Dude, I saw him in the rotation.
Yeah.
At,
They played at Midnight
Absolutely.
Jazz.
at
for,
Midnight-
Yeah, they were on
dude,
the
they
Avenue
were
Army's
fucking
release.
super
Really?
good.
We
Spot
played with the
two.
New Addiction though, back in 2000, either late.
He sang for the New
2016
Addiction, yeah, and Larger
or
Than Life.
2017.
He sang
They're
for them after,
So good.
really good, super talented. We
I
love
remember
you. We love you,
seeing
Justin.
those guys at Midnight Jack and thinking like that same feeling I kind of got when I first saw Drew perform, where I was like, dude,
Right.
like good songwriter. I remember
Yeah.
watching Justin. I'm like, dude, he's
Super good
fucking
stuff.
on it. Dude.
Yeah.
He's dope.
He's great guy. dude.
Absolutely.
Good
Yeah.
dude.
It's a good shout out. Here we go. Jesse was there. Jesse was there.
From day one, they drop
You
you
were
off
in
at
this
school. Your parents leave you in the hands of other fools.
Darren.
Super good punk rock band here in San Diego.
Punch Card?
Yeah. Brothers. They're killing it. Darren. Applause
Drew, do you
for
remember
Darren.
that show that you and I were at the Bancroft like 2 years ago? Fucking wrecked drunk. And Punch Card was playing, and they played Linoleum. They covered Linoleum.
dude, yeah.
And we were like
Tore shit up.
moshing like we were fucking 19. Dude, that was great.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys. That was awesome.
Yeah, they were on here, dude.
Yeah, they're dope.
They're rad. Here we go.
Darren,
Yep.
alive and well.
Give it some time, dog. Fucking slow down. Darren's out.
Yeah, you know,
Darren's out.
We like bands too, Darren.
Darren officially won.
So we're gonna keep going.
Shout out to Live and Well, Matt Vernon,
so good.
Mike Muley.
Yeah,
I want to get them on here. They were scheduled, but they have some shit going on.
Yeah, and Doc Hammer too.
Yeah,
Shout
they
out
got
to
Doc Hammer. Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to catch a Doc Hammer show a couple months ago.
Insane.
I was blown away.
Their singer, I think his
Blown
name's
away.
Josh, dude. He lights off like road flares and shit.
Yeah, no, I
I
was terrified. Like I stood, I was up front for
Max,
a while,
I'm scared
and then when they
shitless, bro.
started, I was way back in the corner because like there was like a bunch of large, burly-looking, scary guys that were like shoving people around, and I was like,
It
oh,
gets
damn.
gnarly, dude.
Yeah,
Doc
yeah,
Hammer
it was
shows
amazing.
get gnarly.
What
Mike was
100%.
up on his shoulders and still like playing perfectly.
They are a fucking amazing.
What
live
genre
show,
would you
dude.
say?
Like hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Vaughn's
know.
like,
I don't know if
I'd be
I'm
like,
right,
nah,
but that's what
bro.
I'd say. The Undertaking too. I just saw them at Brick by Brick, open for the Fall of Troy. They're fucking super fun.
Yeah,
I'd put them kind of in the same.
Braggers is dope
Yep,
too.
Yep. A lot of good bands here in San Diego. It's firing on all cylinders, folks.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
You ready? You're gonna have to be quick with this one too.
Darren,
Darren, you're out. You already won.
Montel.
You already won. Montel Jordans. Oh boy.
Showmates for
The Montel
January
Jordan-
10th.
Yeah, dude, they're playing Friday at the Moreau, man, for the release party. The Montel Jordans get the most drunk on Palapalooza award, 100%.
Great fucking band. Another amazing
they are.
songwriting style. Like, awesome.
Tim and Ryan, after the podcast, they went in my house and were like fucking around on the aerial silk that was in my house.
Oh,
because Tiffany's all into it. You guys will see it.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you. He was like fucking, he's a smaller dude. He was hanging upside down and shit from the soak, bro. Those guys are just.
They're rad.
They're comedy.
Their music is awesome.
Their
And they
show,
got,
too.
they have a full length coming out, I think, right? Here pretty soon.
Yeah, we've been working on it.
Darren,
Yeah.
that's Fallen Monuments.
Yeah. Old friend. Fallen Monuments.
All right,
Friday at the Moreau for the Roughs release.
So you guys can
I'll
leave
just go
now.
ahead and get the
yeah,
car started,
you guys
yeah.
can.
Yeah, go do
Kick
that.
rocks. Troy, you and I will finish up.
Yeah, we'll finish it up. We'll do a couple more with you guys, all right? 2 more. You ready? You may not know this, Darren. I think Max will get this one.
Darren, that's Film Speed.
Yeah.
fuck,
Max, you
dude.
should've got that one.
Honestly, dude, you know what, Darren?
Film
It's-
speed
we're
kills
done,
it.
dude. It's done. That's like like literally.
Troy, you
No,
should
no.
have made
top
an
5 favorite
award.
bands.
You could have made an award and just put my name on it prior because we all knew.
We just have the trophy sitting on the table right here, dude.
This
what is
song,
this for?
the chorus of this song, by
This
the
song
way,
is insane.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
new
So
release.
good.
Yeah, new release. Let's listen to it for a second.
so good, dude.
So good.
they're
dude.
sick.
So
Yeah.
good. So
Bro,
good.
these guys live,
Yeah.
They're amazing.
deadly.
They were under the Palapa here. I haven't seen them live, though.
They're so dope.
Fucking phenomenal drummer live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like, he's
Oliver.
like,
he breaks some of his kit every time they
Dude,
play.
phenomenal
Something that's
drummer
broken.
live. Like, he plays so well. He's very articulate, super technical. Like,
And still heavy.
Love those guys.
Yeah,
Cool
you
guys,
you
too.
had him down here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I know you're super into them.
So that was before the
I
Himmelberg
am.
show, right?
I told I saw them after like the first time I saw them. I was like, well, I'm just gonna quit music now. And Craig was like, oh, don't say that. No, don't.
He's
don't
such a
say
sweetheart, dude.
Oh, yeah,
100%. Yeah,
he's great.
I kind of put you in Avenue Army, sort of in Film Speed and Avenue Army, kind of that Southern rock.
There is a little
rock and roll.
Well,
you know?
yeah, it's like some of the New Avenue stuff too has a lot of like Southern rock vibe. I don't know
Cool.
where it comes
Yeah.
from, but maybe I'm ripping them off a little bit
I
subconsciously.
think you are. I think you are.
Probably. I'm sorry, guys.
I
just
read
love
your
you.
article too on the new Bart Mendoza magazine. You want to shout that out? What is
Yeah,
that called
yeah.
again?
It's Music Scene SD.
It's fucking rad.
So yeah, shout out to Bart Mendoza, absolutely, and shout out to our amazing manager, Vanya Zamora.
Absolutely. You gotta give her
Vanya
some
does
love,
tons
dude.
and tons of great work for us, and yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing. So she's made a lot of cool things happen for us, and yeah, Bart, really appreciate that. Absolutely.
That's really cool. The first issue, right? The first episode.
Well, it's
You
actually
guys
the
were-
second because we
Second.
were on Drew and I were on Theory Thursday.
I saw that with Mike Ruggiero.
Yeah,
good guy.
Yeah, he is. But he pointed out that he's like, well, you guys are the second edition. This is the first edition, and he posted up the picture, and the article is of him. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, my bad. Yeah, so we're the second edition. Shout out to Mike though. Drew and I had a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was
on
awesome
Theory
over there.
Thursday.
Get her on the mic, dude. Get her
Ton
on
of
the
fun.
mic. Yeah,
Hi,
Kelly, what up? What up, what up, what up?
Noise.
Hey, we're here with Troy Cock.
Yeah, we're here with Troy Cock.
From Ready, Set, Go.
Ready, Set, Go.
Ready, Set, Go.
What up? We've been giving you lots of love. Good to see you guys.
Pizza right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, let me get a piece.
Eating some pizza.
No, you don't want a piece. It's gluten-free, vegan. It doesn't even cast a fucking shadow.
I eat all the gluten, just no animals.
Okay, word.
Oh, sweet. Can we get some gluten
all
pizza?
the gluten.
Come on, she goes, come on.
More animals for me. Perfect.
Do you guys want to? You guys should definitely roast the rough. I think, right?
Oh, please don't. I've heard what you can do. Please don't.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting choice
Gonna make
of
us
name.
cry.
You know, I mean, you could say they sound a little rough.
Yeah. How did you guys think of the? How'd you guys come up with the name The Rough? Was that you, Darren?
That was Drew
what's
Dog,
the backstory?
dude.
Yeah,
behind
so
that?
True.
the rough, like,
Yeah, we're
We're
in the
recording.
middle of our thing,
Podcast,
so we wanted to say
Yeah,
hello.
just be quiet. Yeah, say what up to Drew.
what up, guys? Woo woo.
Is that Jesse back there?
We got
Yup.
Jesse.
Jesse, Vaughn, Troy,
Hey.
Darren. We've got Kelly and Eli of
Dude,
Infinite Signal on Video
We're
Fun.
so stoked to see you guys play on Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It'll be fun. Friday at the Moreau.
We wanted to say a quick hello. We'll let you guys go.
Enjoy your pizza.
We're just eating pizza.
Enjoy your shitty vegan pizza. Enjoy your shit vegan.
You been practicing your Billy moves or what?
Fucking A, dude. Hey, let me hear you say oh.
All right. All right, everybody scream.
Fucking A, guy. Yeah. Scream! I've never seen Billy do that, but maybe he has. All right. Hey, whatever.
We'll call you guys after.
Fuck you guys.
All right,
no.
talk to you later.
Goodbye.
So the rough name, dude. What up with that?
The rough. So I
don't even
like
know.
like the whole play on words. The idea of play on words. I do that a lot in the writing. The rough. Obviously, it's not like super heavy music, but it's more of like the definition of or a synonymous for life. You know,
Okay.
sometimes things get hard, and a lot of the
Right.
songs are about that, and then you find a resolve in the end.
Yeah.
And so it just that carries through. Throughout.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much what it is. You could translate it like the life, like the last year has been pretty the rough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
It's pretty appropriate for you guys, dude. Really. Yeah.
And maybe I cursed us by, maybe we should have called it
Right.
the easy.
The easy.
Yeah.
The not rough.
Yeah. Hey,
The pleasant.
we are the not hard.
The
Dude.
smooth.
We,
I thought you guys were just really into golf.
I remember when
Hey,
Drew
hey,
came
hey.
up with that too. Like normally in other bands I've been in, we've always like had to juggle like 2 or 3 names and then kind of like
Right.
fucking vote. But Drew was like, "Are you good with that?" And I was like, "Yes, dude." Like it works.
Me and Mike were talking about living with dragons. I thought it sounded cool, and it kind of does the same thing, like people in the
As a band name?
in these stories of the knights, they have to fight dragons and save people, right? Like we're living with dragons, everybody needs help.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool, but
I like that. I instantly
but then
think of
Imagine
Dragons.
right?
Yeah,
so
for
we
sure.
were like, oh man, maybe one of these years we might do a podcast with a dude that's like,
Right.
Imagine Dragons. So,
Yeah.
like we're thinking about the future.
What about 21? What about 21 Dragons instead?
or Imagine Pilots.
21 Dragons.
Living with
dude.
pilots.
Yeah, living
What
with
about Blue
pilots.
Day? Blue Day, dude.
Blue
Blue
Day. Holy shit. Blue Night. That's funny.
Blue Knight. I love it.
We'll do one more, and then we are going to world premiere a couple of songs off the new EP,
yeah.
Clean Cut EP. All right, you guys ready for it?
Bring it.
One more. We got to give these guys some love. And if I didn't include your band, I'm sorry. I suck. You guys hearing it? There we go. You guys have played with these guys. Pretty sure.
Played with them?
You're super close with these guys, though. Aren't you getting shit?
Oh, Max. Just in case.
Just in
Yeah,
case.
fuck. I was hearing those
Yeah.
drums. I was like, what other drummer in town throws down like that? I'm
Yeah,
like,
besides
dude.
me, huh?
Well,
He's
yeah.
like, Darren's like, besides me.
Well,
huh?
no, it had a skipjack vibe because of that
Yeah.
that record
Dude,
style.
hey,
but
Brian Rash, That guy is insane. Shout out to Brian Rash. Dude. That guy's fucking insane.
And he's shooting photography now too, dude. He shot us at Brick by Brick. Man.
We got a couple pictures.
Yeah, we had Avenue and
you did your photo shoot.
Both bands did photos
in the same day. Actually,
super fun.
It's cool. Like we can just put our shit together and like, oh, we're gonna go on tour. All right.
That's the funny thing too. Is like, oh yeah, who shot your video? Who's also in a dope band? This dude shot our pictures.
Right.
Who's also in a dope band? We're on a podcast right now with a dude who's also in a dope band.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like everybody is just like,
a sick community, man.
I do this, I do this, I do this.
Multitasking.
It's great.
Multitasking.
Everybody's wearing a lot of hats, and those hats have hats.
Yeah, and those hats have hats.
Yeah. And
you guys shout out Mario, dudes like that, that are staying busy. Yeah, yeah. The world premiere of I Am Thunder. You guys want to say anything here? You ready for it?
I am the thunder.
What did I say?
I am thunder.
I am thunder.
I am thunder.
Hey,
no,
Troy, no stupid asshole.
Nobody is thunder, but
Nobody
the governor.
thunder. Yeah.
Sarah Connor.
This
That's just the go-to.
I'm looking for Sarah Connor.
I feel like this song was like one that kind of like Drew definitely had it. Like Drew has, if you know Drew, he has an arsenal of fucking music that sometimes sees the light of the day and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it will eventually. But this one came out, and I feel like it kind of wrote itself musically.
Right.
A lot of the time, Drew is definitely like the mastermind behind getting the song structured and written out. And then I've mentioned this before. I mean, Drew's an amazing drummer himself, so like we can kick ideas back and forth with the drums. But like I feel like the song kind of just worked itself out, like as opposed to like really like picking it apart and choosing what we wanted where, and it. And I know, again, we've taken so long to put everything out, but the song's kind of like old, I guess, for us.
I know, right?
We performed it a bunch. I mean, the song's not.
You've been playing it for a couple of years now, right?
All these songs, are they're not new, but they're fresh.
But this is like
I like that
high energy, balls to the wall, face,
totally
rock song with some emotion behind it,
jets and.
There's
cars and hangars and
copters.
Yeah, no, it's sick.
Choppers.
I really look forward to hearing Thorns. That's going to be on the EP, right?
Yeah.
We were talking the other night.
Song, dude.
Yeah, like it's always so hard being in a band and then trying to say like a fan's perspective on your own music.
I know, yeah.
But like I do really like Thorns a lot.
Totally.
Like
good melody.
It has nothing to do with the
Thorns.
drumming or the guitar, like not picking a part in it, but like typically when I've showed kind of like family or like inner circle friends, like, hey, this is what we're going to put out. Right. Typically I play them Thorns because I feel like it's such a great.
Gives you the goosies a little bit, right?
It's got the melodic feel. It's got the rock sound. It's got the pop punk feel for sure. The choruses are super big and strong on Thorns.
Nice.
But yeah, they're all the songs are great, but I'm very fond of that one.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Well, we will get to hear it Friday when it's released.
Absolutely. I feel like
everywhere.
I Am the Thunder is like the older, more angrier, bigger brother of Thorns.
There you go.
Like that's probably like the best way to put it.
Let's check it out. If you guys want to chime in during the song, go ahead.
Company, but I really don't want to go. Oh, what's with your line of questioning? It's an interrogation. This debacle makes no sense. Tell me an unsavory dead sensation. I don't know why I always see the fire and hear the thunder. I tried to point it out when we were losing one another. I do ask why do I burn with the fire that fuels my hunger? I am the thunder. Now we're completely out of sync. Disconnect from head to toe. So what inspired this dissension? I think I deserve to know. They say that nothing lasts forever. Hit the deck, he's gotta go. And I'll admit my only thought is I really hope you're happy when you go. I don't know why I always see the fire. never a first time, but always the last time. I'll never win. If you told me it's broken, if you would have spoken, I'd try to fix it. Everything was a mistake, all efforts were misplaced, the patience ran thin. I'll regret to say
The Thunder world premiere, off their upcoming EP. Clean cut. I like the harmonic at the last chorus. That's sick. Was that a Cisco idea? Is that a harmonic?
I think we did that on like very
on the top of the neck,
even outside of the actual frets, on like.
That's dope. It's a good one.
Yeah,
the fill on the last chorus is cool. I like. You guys do that in a couple songs. Where you kind of stop the last chorus and do like a little fill, like
little break.
Yeah, it's sick. I like it.
It came together, man. It's a cool song.
That was when Mike was in the band. We were a 3-piece when we started playing that song. I was like,
Got to shout out your bro Mike again, dude. How's he doing?
He's good.
Is he playing with anyone or
himself mainly? But
hey, masturbation jokes.
I love you, Mike. You know I
actually, acquired his gear for Avenue Army.
There you go.
That's the nice brother way of I stole your shit. Yeah. Look, I'm your older brother. I can beat you up. Give me your fucking gear.
I love that. I acquired his... It's almost like a business, he's like, well, I acquired his assets.
Yeah.
Meaning I just stole the shit.
Yeah, I fucking cleaned them out.
Mike's a good sport.
Shout out
man.
to Mike, dude.
Yeah, he's, hey, at the end of the day, he's a founding member. I mean, we
Mike,
kicked it off with
I just
him.
want to remind you that I am a real person.
Have you guys never
Darren?
met?
Have you met Darren?
No, we have.
Real human.
Yeah.
Have you heard him play the drums?
When he met me, he's like, you're a real person.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Mike in a while, dude. I think the last time I saw him was at your Atari show, Space.
Yeah, he's working a lot and
He's
stuff
busy.
like that.
He's got his family
work
life
and school and family and stuff. So
Yeah.
He's killing it though. He's killing it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike.
If you ever met Mike, he will
guy.
win you over quick. He's great. He's awesome.
I'll play one more. What do you want to play? We don't want to release too much of your EP. We want people to
Drew mentioned
to buy it, right?
Yeah.
Where do you want people to listen?
So I know like you usually have like the acoustic.
Yeah, we're just gonna play a couple songs.
So I was thinking like instead we could just throw Go out there.
Dude,
Let's
play Go because.
Go is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like
I thought it was 5.0 Go. I thought that was the name of it.
Oh, that's
because you have the track number,
listing,
right?
Yeah.
5.0 Go is kind of cool too.
5.0 Go.
I thought Drew was always telling me to leave. He's like,
what's that song called? Go.
It's called Go.
Hey, Max, you start taking off your gear, like, all right.
Jesus, man, all right.
No, it's a cool song, and I feel like it'll show the diversity,
Let's do it.
especially between Thunder and that, definitely.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, this is a great song. I mean, from a songwriter perspective, dude, yeah, you killed it on this one. So let's do it. Go. Rosedale mix. You want to shout out Rosedale? He did some keys, right?
Yeah, again, Mike, he came in and he kind of like,
am I playing it?
No, you're playing like another...
Hey, words.
You're playing like a punk
You're
band.
playing some funk music.
I'll cut that out. Sorry.
Yeah, Mike, he totally, again, his solo project is super dope. he's got a really good ear for, you know, like composition and layering, you know, the different strings, and there's like oboes and flutes and timpanis and all kinds of shit in there. So I'm really excited because I, you know, went to Adam, was like, well, you know, we're gonna put an acoustic track. This is it, and it was just guitar and me. Right. He was like, okay, cool. And he's like, you know, Mike might, you know, be able to like fill this out real nice. So I sent Mike the track. I was like, hey, bro, if you have some time, see what you can do. And like, he hit me up like, you know, in a couple minutes. He's like, all right, sweet. You know, I'll get back to you.
You killed that, huh?
It was like a week or two, man, and Go is what it is now.
Rad. And Cisco did a little guitar solo, right?
Yeah. Big ups to Cisco. He, you know, like we've been saying, he really puts, adds himself to the bands that he works with. Sure. You know, and it's in a positive way, you know. So I wanted, you know, like we had Mike on that track, and I was like, man, Adam, I would really like for you to, you know, be a part of the song too. So I, you know, talked to Darren about it. I was like, fucking, I wish you would.
Yeah. That was great. And honestly, and even the quality of the samples that Mike used, because obviously it's all synth, but it sounds so good. Like that, the quality of, and like Drew said, like the way he layered it, like it's very, like I close my eyes and I hear that song and I can vision like this like fucking orchestra, like you know, it's
if we ever play like an amphitheater, or something,
we're gonna
like,
get
be cool to have
the San Diego Philharmonic to come.
No shit, that'd
like maybe like 8 of them or 10 of them.
Why not,
awesome.
dude?
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be rad. All right, Go, the acoustic track off of Clean Cut. Here it is.
Tear it all out and start it again. We've been here too many times in the past few summers. It's easier to pretend. Heart on the floor and it's my own. Ignoring the past repeats all the sin. To think we just keep coming back with this childlike wonder. Just want the bliss of the wind. But all this gore still tastes like home. The structure torn at the seams is what we need to redeem. I'm ready to. And if anyone would know, just always count on us to show. What are we doing now? The finish line is miles away. If we give up what we've worked for, we've lost our way. So lift your head from the bow and stare into the light of the day. And don't accept the smallest substitution. You've got the solution anyway. To wake up in doubt is no way to live. So just don't make a habit, cause you just might regret it. With knuckles wide, pull the pin and blow away the whole charade. We've been in a drought and there's nothing to give. Somehow we've got to maintain balance or else upset it. Irrational or on a whim, and losing all the games we've played. A structure torn at the seams is what we need to redeem. And if anyone would know, just always count on us to show. Where are we going now? The finish line is miles away. If we give up what we've worked for, we've lost our way. So lift your head from the bow and stare into the light of the day. And don't accept the smallest substitution. You've got the solution anyway. The structure torn at the seams is what we need to redeem. And if anyone would know, just always count on us to show. What are we doing now? The finish line is miles away. If we give up what we've worked for, we've lost our way. So lift your head from the bow and stare into the light of the day. And don't accept the smallest substitution. You've got the solution. Where are we going now? The finish line is miles away. If we give up what we've worked for, we've lost our way. So lift your head from the bow and stare into the light of the day. And don't accept the smallest substitution. You've got the solution anyway.
Dude, so good. So good. Track number 5, Go, off their upcoming EP. Clean Cut out Friday, baby.
I remember hearing that and thinking like, holy fucking harmonies, dude. Like, the first time I heard that, I was like,
Whose
oh
idea
my
was that to do the acapella kind of thing at the end?
Me.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was actually...
I was hitting the guitar through it, and as we kept like going through and like listening for stuff, I was like, hey, me and Darren were talking about it. Like,
there was guitar strums during the, what is that, like the
part on the acapella,
like, on every like
just hitting on when the notes come in
on the one like strumming through it, but but the harmony sounded so good, and it's so guitar driven with everything else.
It's kind of refreshing.
I told you, and his harmonies are so pure and crystally and like awesome. Like they're so clear that I was like, pull all the music out, like just shine vocally, and then come back in, and then it, with Rosedale's mix, it comes in so like grand.
I love that part.
That you've got the solution, and like that little key change.
Oh yeah,
the tail end of the chorus. It's like,
yeah, it is
when I listen to it,
cool.
I'm like, it's like you have the solution. I can do it.
Yes, perfect. That's
when it goes minor or something, right?
Slipping into a warm bath. You're
That's the point. That's the point of this stuff, man. Like
how
I want
did you
to
get into my mind, Drew?
because I'm there. It's our mind too. Like that's the thing. Like if you're trying to do something and everything's gonna get in the way. You know what I mean?
I think Drew's been outside your bedroom window.
Dude. And everything's gonna get in the way sometimes. You're always gonna feel like it. You know what I mean? But I kind of trained myself. We all have personal shit going on, and a lot of it's not easy.
Right.
And I trained myself to kind of like have a certain mindset. And I feel like, oh man, it's like, people get stoked about their religion and they're like, want to tell everybody, right? This is my religion and I want to tell everybody. Right. Like, hey man, it'll get better. I know it sucks. And the light at the end of the tunnel looks like an oncoming train, but maybe it's not. You know what I mean? How about that? Or the train will hit you and it'll be over anyways. So it's still a win. Like let's just keep going. So that's what that's
really good stuff. I would say that's my favorite song that you've written, dude. 100%.
It's a really
Hey, I'm gonna cry. That, like I said, Thorns and Satin Gloves. I like all the melodic, sort of ballady shit you do.
Yeah. Isn't it funny as we get older, it's fucking so
a
true
little
though.
bit,
It's like the more well-rounded, like polished sound is actually what I like.
Right.
What draws me in. I mean, I think growing up, we can all agree that like we listen to.
You were big No Effects, I know. And Bakersfield was kind of like that.
Faster, aggressive.
Even growing up, like when my first couple albums in life was Dude Ranch and the So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes, and I was more into like on Dude Ranch, like A New Hope. That song.
Yeah, I've always been
like
into
stuff like the more melodic stuff.
Polished, well-rounded stuff.
And and when you do it fast, you know what I mean. But it's still pretty. It's like, oh man, those are like the two things I love. You know what I mean. So if we can, get like the second track on the first EP, One More Time, it's kind of like that. More melodic. It's quick, but it was more melodic and stuff. And
starts out slow, right?
That's Time Is.
That's Time
Is.
Is.
But it's same deal. Like and then it comes in lightning quick and finish with like I like the big anthem-y sounding choruses and stuff. Yeah.
You guys are both solid. Avenue Army, The Rough, killing it. Keeping that bar up high here in San Diego. Love you guys.
Thanks, dude. Love you, man. Thanks
for having us on, man.
Pleasure chilling.
Awesome
Any final
here.
thoughts at all? This Friday, Clean Cut EP out.
I just want to
shout out to Jesse.
Shout out to Jesse Valdez,
here
baby.
we go.
Let me say something.
The local legend. Let's just say that, dude. Jesse Valdez.
Okay, so I had the opportunity to actually sit in on some of these guys' practices, like back when it was just Darren and fucking Drew. And it was cool, man, to see and going into the studio and seeing Adam work. Dude, it's amazing to see him put this stuff together, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So precise with everything. Like, oh, wait, push that chord, that note down instead of this one instead. And to see him work was pretty fucking cool, dude.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Do you play?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, shout out again.
I'm just the roadie.
Just the roadie. Yeah.
I know we've touched on it like during already, but like, and forgive me if I forget any, and you guys help me out, but like every band in this town, one way or another, whether it was me watching that band's drummer or watching how they play a song or whatever it is, I mean, Infinite Signal,
Yeah, some inspiration, dude.
Ready, Set, Survive, Alive and Well, Hardly Human, Avenue.
Hardly Human, dude.
I mean,
the new EP
there's
is fucking
dude.
rad.
Just in case,
I love
there's
those
so
too, man.
there's
Shout out to
so
Brian and Steve. Absolutely,
Yeah, so good. Just
dude,
in case,
nights
too,
like
man.
these. I mean, I mean, I could
Playing
sit
Without a
here.
Pilot.
I've had a couple beers now, but if I put
Darren's
my
drunk.
mind, no, I'm just. There's just so
Drinks
many
on
bands,
Darren.
and they're all.
There's
coming.
a lot of talent.
There's
Like
just
it makes
so
Go to
many-
Navajo.
And-
Let's go to Navajo Live. Second Wind or whatever the fuck it's called.
In
Right down the
short, I
street.
mean, there's just so many good bands, and whether I've told that band or not, like they have all played a part in what right now, like what's happening right now. And I know that
you guys a little bit.
I know that sounds probably a little corny, but it's fucking
Super.
It's the absolute truth though. Like it's you know, like watching other bands. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Drew and I have gone to a show that obviously we weren't on the bill, but like watching friends' bands and even people we don't know yet, and we walk to the car and I'm like, dude, those guys were fucking.
We have some cool friends.
Yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, you know. So it's like you're constantly pulling ideas and inspirations and
and legit
it's
like
really
fans
cool,
too.
man.
Like I always say
Yeah.
that, right? Like
Fucking
more,
so cool.
I'm almost more so. I listen to more local music than anything.
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
you
it's
know,
true.
and like you guys, Avenue Army, like the Montel Jordans,
Yeah,
100%
Montel,
legit fans, dude. You
Yeah.
know, and I really think bands like you guys have all the ingredients to fucking do it. And I think you
Thank
guys
you,
know
brother.
that too, dude. And I think you should go for it for sure.
Thank you. We're trying, man. I mean, I feel like mid late 30s is a tricky time.
Don't say late. Don't say late.
Well, I'm older than 35, so I think that qualifies.
I don't know if age comes into play.
No, it
dude.
doesn't. I gotta
say what Tim Piles said
recently.
recently when he was on. He's like, he's looking. He did say, and I'm quoting him. I'm not, talking about Tim Piles. He does a lot for the scene, but he said that he's looking for a younger band, maybe one that's not as jaded, quote unquote.
Sure.
To really get behind. That's what he said. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the way that I look at this is, this is a hobby, right? Like, I mean, it feels good and fun, but if you were to think about, like, say if I owned like a construction company and I wanted to hire like a carpenter, I wouldn't hire a journeyman. He's going to be good, but that guy only has 5 years left on his timeline.
Sure.
I want the 19-year-old that can swing a hammer like a fucking bat out of hell.
Good point.
Train him and hold on to that guy for the
hungry,
next
dude, right?
15,
Gung
20
ho.
years. And then I have him forever. So I'm not sure what Tim's standpoint is on what he might be trying to do, but in that theory,
Someone that's fresh or something.
it
I don't
makes
know.
sense to
And
grab.
that doesn't
these
apply
young-
to every band.
No, it
you
doesn't.
know,
but
yeah.
just speaking on that, I mean,
Sure.
it does make sense. But man, I got to tell you, it's ironic because I feel like this scene, not for everyone, but if you're out, you play music, you're out drinking, you're out smoking, you're staying up late, it
drugs.
Well, it weathers
Yes.
you. It weathers you in so many rights. It kicks your ass. But on the same note, it's
Right.
that lifestyle that kind of keeps you young
Keeps you
too.
young a little bit, yeah.
So it's like this really weird like push and pull of like
Right.
It's crazy to think that I'm 36 years old because I don't feel it. Like,
Dang, you're old, dog.
yeah, well, I just don't
No.
feel it. I feel
Me too, dude, I
so
know.
much younger at
Yeah.
heart. I might look at. I got a lot of gray hair now, but like I definitely feel, and it's because of music and staying physically active and doing this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's
Great way
awesome.
to stay in shape.
Yeah, sometimes
It's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah, no, it's been an absolute blast, and
Yeah.
to think about where we are now, and
You guys
where
are on
we
the
were
right
a
path,
few years
dude.
ago. Yeah, it's
it's
wild.
been a crazy year. You got you got signed, No Pants, and you're on the right track. You got the EP dropping Friday, music video coming soon, dude. I'm stoked.
Super stoked.
To be a
Thank you,
part
bro.
of Friday, man. Cruise
Yeah.
out the Moreau. $5 in advance, $8 at the door.
5 in advance, 8 at the door. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, yeah, just do the advance. It's the way to go for sure.
Yeah, and it just wanted to make it easier for people to come out. You know what I mean? Spend your money at the bars, so you can have a good time with us. You know.
Doors at 8, I think, this Friday. We go on at 8:30, so cruise out. Yeah, it'll be fun, man. Stoked for you guys.
And the lineup is just.
That's
killer. Nothing against any other bands.
Absolute best bands.
Well,
in
it's
San Diego,
it's a fucking hand-picked lineup that we just wanted. I mean, obviously, if we could have every band I mentioned earlier on like a festival, would be
there's
the
people
case.
we did hit up that weren't available. You know, while we're building the label, while we're building the bill.
Yeah, it's tough to book a show sometimes. Huh?
Yeah, and
I don't like it.
we have a lot of friends that are doing cool shit, and everybody's doing cool shit. You know, but they're in motion and doing stuff. So you know, we were lucky to have you guys be down and Montel Jordans and Fallen Monuments. You know, and we're jamming with our homies. You know, so it is going to be a release party. Yeah, you know, it's always a family reunion when we get together, right?
It's gonna be fun,
it's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a great night, and big thanks to Peter for
Peter Riot Scene
jumping in as well, and really, you know, he takes his role so seriously, man, and he's just really good at what he does, and he's really awesome. He's promoting. He's kicking ass for sure. So
he's rad.
Yeah, we're excited.
I talked with him at Blonde, God, I want to say a year ago, and I feel like he's just done so much and gotten so out there in that year.
The dude is,
you know,
I've had a couple like sit down like lunches with him, not even like business talk, like just hang out and talk. Of course, it always ends up going there a little bit because we're so like, it just kind of takes over us. But like he is so driven,
very focused and intelligent dude,
and he's always thinking about the next step and what he could do different this time to make it better that he didn't do last time. And fucking, I mean, the guy
Beach bash.
Well, he learned from that,
and
he fucking
we'll get that done.
Yeah, you know, and you know, I know there's talks of maybe some kind of a fest or something at some point. You know, I know you had mentioned that at some point too with Palapalooza. So
maybe
you know, I mean,
more like a house party kind of thing. That'd be chill.
Whatever.
I know the Riot Scene has a big announcement they keep pumping, dude, in 3-4 days. So be on the lookout for that.
Yep. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited about the future, and I'm blessed to be with everyone here for sure.
Absolutely, buddy. Darren's drunk.
Kind of.
Love you guys, dude. The Rough Army. Thank you for chilling. I'm really stoked to hear the full EP, full 5-song, man. I've heard 3 songs. It's fucking incredible. We'll see you Friday at the Moreau.
We'll see you then.
Right on.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Max is like, okay, I'm over it.
I'm taking off the headphones.
So what the hell is this supposed to be? What do you want me to do? Your misery loves my company, but I really don't want to go. Oh, what's with your line of questioning? It's an interrogation. This debacle makes no sense. Tell me an unsavory death sensation. I don't know why I always see the fire and hear the thunder. I tried to point it out when we were losing one another. I do ask why do I burn with the fire that fuels my hunger? I am the thunder. Now we're completely out of sync. Disconnect from head to toe. So what inspired this dissension? I think I deserve to know. They say that nothing lasts forever. Hit the deck, he's gotta go. And I'll admit my only thought is I really hope you're happy when you go. I don't know why I always see the fire and hear the thunder. I tried to point it out when we were losing one another. I do ask why do I burn with the fire that fuels my hunger? I am the thunder. There was never a first time, but always the last time. I'll never win. If you told me it's broken, if you were burn with the fire that fuels my hunger. And I won't lie, but now I think I'll die, and it's no wonder. We'll never listen if we're always screaming at each other. It blows my mind to single-handedly pour this asunder. I am the thunder.
1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza, Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza. Word.